He's back. All right.
Oh, all right. Hello, everyone. I just had a big old sneeze. Oh.
That was violent.
Man.
Oh. Hi. What's up, everyone? Welcome to a very, very chilly Wednesday night stream. You okay there?
Yeah, I just had a sneeze and it just like really affected me more than I thought it would.
Oh man, you had one of them old man sneezes. Yeah, I hate when you get one of those sneezes that just hurts your body. You just like get like the sharp pain, like, and you're just like, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Does that happen to you, or am I the only weirdo?
Can we clip that? Because that
Hi,
doesn't sound
Steph,
like pain.
babies.
Dude, my uncle had a sneeze so bad that he broke a rib.
Telling you,
Joe, I can hear myself through you.
Uh-oh. Let me change that.
through you, we hear all things. Joe looks like he's in a shooting range. Are you at home?
Yes, I'm
You were playing Squadrons, weren't you?
No, you guys knew what I was playing. Hang on.
Oh yeah, you're playing some magic.
Okay, so
Is it
this week?
Is it B3? Is it B3 or B1?
I don't know, man. Whatever you got, the stuff rerouting through. I still hear myself.
What's up, Jordo? Welcome.
I don't hear myself anymore.
Cool.
Okay, well,
We're
I'll
good.
Just keep
Let's move along.
All right, cool.
Move along.
All right, so this week we're going to be talking about MCU rankings, of course. We're also going to be talking about some other things because literally we thought we were going to have another member of the game room in here ranking with us, but that wasn't going to happen. So we had to ask Murr to. Oh shit, Murr is listed as Mike. So let me change that.
He's a Murr Mike.
Is Murr opening a pop tonight? Murr,
Probably.
did you get something?
Are you opening one of your pops tonight?
No, I'm not.
On count?
No.
But he does have a pop in hand, or is that a LaCroix?
That's what I was confused about. I was like, I do have a soda. A pop in my hand, yes. No, I will not be opening a pop. I don't even think I have any pops that are. No, these are all Star Wars pops behind me. So
Okay.
Yeah, they're
I
not
don't have
even
anything
open.
relevant.
All right, real quick, what is the correct way to say it? Is it soda or is it pop?
It's pop.
It's pop.
Yeah, it's pop.
Soda.
I'm from Ohio, so it's pop.
Steph Baby says soda. So
I mean,
I go with Steph Babies. She's my mom. I gotta listen to her. Gotta listen to her.
Rob, how do I send this back to you?
You don't have to. I can see
Okay.
everything that you did.
Perfect. There it is.
He's always watching.
It's soda, or if you're Mexican, everything is a Coke.
Oh yeah.
Just give me a Coke.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything was a Coke growing up. But yeah.
That was weird
Cool.
about Texas. Right when I got here, people asked if I wanted a Coke, and I was like, "No, I want a Dr. Pepper." They're like, "Oh, so you do want a Coke?" And it's like, "Fuck off, no."
Pop, but also from
Largely
Ohio.
cola.
Yeah. It's a up north thing, I think.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm originally from Nebraska,
show.
and we talked about that. That it was soda there. All right, so getting into it, we're going to be talking about invitationals. Also, the invitational coming up, and also our special event coming up on this Saturday. Sorry, we haven't been able to advertise it that much, but Texas has kind of had a thing. So yeah, we'll just try to hype it up as much as we can. And do what we can about it. So, invitational. People have to have their teams turned in for the 2-team takedown. In the invitational bot, it's in there. You can check it out. I don't have access to what the bot spreadsheets are because Ryan has that, and Ryan's kind of offline for a little bit. But we have other ways of getting it. So either way, we'll try to work with everyone and try to get that done. And matches start on Monday, I believe.
Nice.
Been kind of out of it. Sorry, everyone. And then this Saturday we have an event where we have Legion Cage and Mike playing Friday the 13th against each other, and we're going to have a commentary booth where we're having a head-to-head competition, and we're going to have Optimus Prime in there talking about how they're playing and everything like that. And we kind of got the logistics of it all worked out on last Saturday. That's why we didn't stream, because we were busy doing that. So, but yeah, everyone look forward to that. You guys got anything else you want to add? And also, welcome Casualmurr. Thank you for jumping in and stepping up and helping us out in our time of need.
Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Hell yeah. You got
sure.
anything going on, Murray, that you want to talk about?
No, Cap Card is up and running. So we will be doing streams from the Xbox, which opens up way more games than I could have played before. Obviously it's probably going to be a lot of FIFA, but that'll be definitely in the
Big pop opening this weekend from Jordo.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
Oh man.
We might get some out of the actual like boxes that they're packaged in. I have 5 boxes next to me that are full of pops that I haven't taken out of the actual box. So
Rob is doing the shout outs. Thank you.
Cool.
So yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about. Do we want to touch on a little bit of what's going on with the with Texas, because it affects most of the game room, minus one person, or do we want to just move on from that and not talk about? Okay, all right.
Why not?
So Texas got hit by a I wouldn't even call it a blizzard. It's just really cold weather with some snow, and of course Texas is not equipped to handle it. And we're not on the national power grid, and so we can't get help from any of our neighbors for power going down. And of course, that's like everyone in Texas blaming everyone else for it. We've been in the middle of it, and yeah, that's been fun. So, Joe, you've had your power out for a lot of it, right?
I have. Yeah, I have. The power has gone down 5 times. Ryan's had his power out for a lot longer of a time period than I have, because my power goes on and off in shorter spurts than his. He's been out for like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
He just has a fireplace that he puts wood in. So.
And I've had the worst of it. I didn't have power for an hour, so it was horrible. But I have been without hot water since yesterday. No, was it yesterday? Before yesterday. Yesterday, I think around 5 o'clock. So I didn't get to take a shower last night, and I couldn't stand it. I was going to try to go another day, and I said, nope, I'm boiling some water. So I boiled some water in some pots, filled up a little bucket there, and gave myself a bath with a rag on a stick. And yeah, it was better than nothing, I guess. But I'm really looking forward to the hot water coming back.
Yeah.
So that's been my struggles.
Yeah. We've had power the whole entire time. It's just our breaker has been acting weird. I think it's because it's on the outside wall next to where like the cold is, and I think the breakers keep flipping, and so our heat keeps going out and everything like that. So it's a little bit frustrating. Oh man, I did that wrong, didn't I?
I got it.
All right, but it's the thing that's the worst is we had a boil water mandate told to us the day after it started, and we were drinking water like it was like we were fine, and I got sick from it. And so I've been kind of dealing with that the last few days because we didn't get notified of it, and it's been kind of a shit show here in Texas. They have not been notifying anyone of anything, and they say, "Oh, you just have to sign up for the notifications." It's like, where? And no one tells you anything because Texas is kind of very segmented, and people care, people don't care. Governments actually, there's a governor or a mayor that told everyone quit whining. You have to make sure you protect yourself. And
yeah, did you see that, dude? Oh my god.
That's crazy.
It doesn't surprise me.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
It doesn't surprise me in the least, honestly. But yeah, that's what's been going on with us. I don't want to bring everyone down anymore. On
the bright side, we're all healthy. Mm-hmm. We're all safe. From what I can tell, everyone has enough provisions. We should be back up and running tomorrow or Friday. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But
oh
yeah,
my gosh, Steph.
Holy
wow.
Whoa.
Wow,
10 gifted
Steph.
subs. Holy shit.
Holy shit. Thank you so much, Steph. You are the best.
Wow.
You deserve the song. You're the best around. No one's ever going to keep you down. You're the best around. We really are keeping our hearts warm.
Yeah. And you're number one on
today,
the list now. Congratulations.
Yay. Oh, that's where she belongs. She's number one in all of our hearts. Right there. Number one on the gifted sub list and number one in our hearts.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually went out. I didn't have internet today for the first time, which was weird. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. I had power and then I didn't have internet, and I was joking. I was like, what was the point then? What was the point of power coming back on? I can't do anything. So I decided to read a graphic novel. So I did that instead. So I still had my phone, so I was connected to the internet still. But yeah, I couldn't play Magic on my computer, so what was the point?
It was just.
But we're all good.
Yeah.
First world problems, am I right?
For real, dude.
It's kind of feeling like it's getting to where it's like second world problems because we can't get everything. We can't get everything. All right. So let's get into it. Let's rank some MCU movies. So Rob, you want to share out what you got?
Let's do it. What you got? Hold on. I gotta share my screen.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
Full screen.
I feel like there should be like an asterisk next to my rankings, subject to change under provisions of my own opinion.
Just so y'all know, again, Murr jumped in here last minute, so he didn't really get a chance to think about his decisions. But he's going to present them to all of you so y'all can judge him. Feel free to.
Partially and freely.
Yeah. So he did just throw his list together, so don't be too mean to him. So here we go. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Room ranks the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So
nice.
In
Rob
the Marvel
this
Cinematic
week.
Universe, I did it yesterday.
Wow.
There are 23 movies. For every ranking we disagree with, Murray opens a pop. I don't think that's how it works.
No,
that's not how any of this works.
That's how any of this works.
So we have 23 movies in all. I'll run through the titles real quick. Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, Captain America, The First Avenger, Marvel's The Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor the Dark World, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, Avengers Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Captain America Civil War. Whoa. Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Spider-Man Homecoming, Thor Ragnarok, Black Panther, Avengers Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers End Game, and Spider-Man Far From Home is the last movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that came out.
Death Proof.
So
is Murr's favorite MCU movie.
Death Proof. So what we're going to do is go ahead and we're going to rank them. We're going to go from our lowest ranking to our best ranking. Again, anybody that any movie that ended up tied, the tiebreaker is going to be the difference in whoever ranked it the highest and the lowest is going to be the deciding factor there. And you can't see Stan Lee. He's in the corner there, covered by our faces. He's saying Excelsior.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Move along. Number 23 on the list. Just real quick, who in the chat, what do y'all think is number 23?
What is the worst Marvel movie in the MCU?
Everyone throw out your worst movies.
Ooh, Thor the Dark World.
Wow. By
Batman
far.
versus Superman.
Okay.
Wow.
By far.
That's
right.
rough.
Everybody's like,
one of the Thors?
Yeah.
Hulk?
Hulk, okay.
What happened to the screen there? Are we on number 23 there?
Negative.
Did it freak out?
Negatory, sir.
Can y'all see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen. Yep, there you go. Now you're on. Now you're back to. Now you're on 23. There
you
go.
gotta have it directly on there.
Well,
all right, cool. All right, it was acting weird on the stream. I didn't know what was going on. All right, so number 23, we have The Incredible Hulk. I recently watched this movie and it wasn't that bad, but
shut up, baby, Dick.
A lot of the just to be fair, is it?
Yeah.
Because I have it on the screen right now.
You keep flipping back and forth between like the movie theater, and your cursor is active as well.
Yeah.
I think that's Chris doing that. Are you moving your mouse around?
No.
Are you doing stuff?
No, it's on your screen, man. It's your screen going to that. Yeah.
It's not doing anything on my screen. It's literally just sitting on the same screen. It's not doing nothing. All right, I'm gonna stop sharing and then share again.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
One moment, please. Let me go back.
There you have these assholes.
Screen.
Oh no!
All right, the assholes.
I've been exposed.
Well, you'll be surprised, Steph. All right, I just went ahead and shared the entire screen. Oh my gosh! Already. Okay, so here we go.
One, dude.
All right, it's solid on there.
Whoa, go back. No, go back. You're going too far. This is all Chris's fault.
Shut up,
all right.
Dick.
Spoilers. Hashtag spoilers. All right. So number 23, we have the Incredible Hulk with an average of 21.8. Ryan had it at 21. I had it at 21. Chris had it at 23. Mike had it at 23. And Joe had it at 23. Murr, I am looking at your sheet right now. And you had the Incredible Hulk at number 19.
Yeah.
For some reason, you love this movie. Tell us why you love this movie so much.
I love this movie. So because I have it at 19, I love this movie just outside of the 20. I feel like Edward Norton's performance isn't terrible. Also, the CGI isn't terrible.
Agree.
The writing might be a little hit or miss. But Tim Roth's transformation at the end was pretty cool, and I thought the fight was okay. But you know, it's still bad. So
shut up, baby.
It's you know, it's still bad. It's just not as bad as I remembered it being, I guess.
Yeah, Liv Tyler is in this one, Steph Babies. Saw this for your 13th birthday and do not remember it at all. Oh man, that was a long time ago. Liv Tyler is gorgeous in this movie.
Do enjoy
I don't know, she's great.
I agree.
She's great. The movie it just kind of fell flat. It was going and then it wasn't, and then the end fight scene for me just ends on a rooftop.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
What? Why are they on the rooftop? These dudes are heavy as fuck. They're standing on top of a roof fighting. Like, come on, man. But yeah, it was just kind of went nowhere sort of thing for me. But I did enjoy it after watching it again. But again, none of these movies I feel like are horrible movies by any means because they're Marvel movies and they're all pretty decent. But you know, when you got 23 movies to rank, somebody's going to be at the bottom, and that's kind of where Hulk landed. Joe, what are your thoughts on the Incredible Hulk?
It's the most forgettable. Like, you often look at the MCU and you're like, man, this was part of the MCU. You kind of like, what? Because they all have the same formula. Even the stinkers follow the same formula. So you're like, where was this? You forget it's right in between Iron Man 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Steph Babies. All I remember is he can't get it on because Hulk problems. He'll get a raging Hulk.
A raging Hulk.
Yeah. He can't Hulk smash because of it. You got anything that you wanted to add on? Cheese, you do have this listed last on your list here.
So I honestly forgot about this movie.
See?
Yeah. There you go.
And I also saw a bootleg version of it that was not very good. So the CGI looked awful, but I've been told that it doesn't get much better in the actual theatrical release, so it's perfectly fine.
Someone lied to you then.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah, you need to not base your movie opinions on bootlegs.
Well, the storyline I understood. I watched the storyline, and the storyline was not that good.
But you said you forgot about it, so
yeah,
I don't know what to believe
I did
anymore.
Forget about it, but after going back and thinking about it, it wasn't that good of a movie.
All right, well, let's move along. Number 22, because nobody wants to talk about the Incredible Hulk that long.
Yeah.
Thor: The Dark World, Steph, second to last.
Thank God.
For the series, for the first in the series, it wasn't.
I'm literally holding my breath on every single one.
Yeah,
it's okay to have a different opinion than the game room. It really is.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
So the game room gave this one an average of 21.4. Ryan had it at 23. I actually had it at 18 because I kind of like this one better than a lot of the other movies. Chris had it at 21. Mike has it at 23. Joe has it at 22. Murr, where do you have this on your list there?
I had it at 21.
21. Nice.
21.
Okay. So you're right there with cheese. I don't know, guys. Like for me personally, I like Thor: The Dark World. Yes, I did have it at 18, Steph. I apologize. Yes, the one with the L's. They wasted such a good bad guy in this movie, and I really hate that they did that.
Yeah.
Because that dude's a badass. But I don't know. I just like this one better than some of the other movies that were underneath it, and that's the only reason it's so high.
Yeah.
But again, it's another one of those that kind of just fell flat sort of movies. It didn't really go anywhere. But I do like Thor's character in this one, just like the way he is, as opposed to the way he is like in Ragnarok. I prefer serious Thor over goofy Thor. That's another reason why I have this ranked higher.
Okay. I can agree. I can kind of agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I had it at 21. It's not the worst MCU movie Hulk is, so we'll just say that. I mean, most of these movies I can watch again, and I'll have no problem watching it. And on the grandma scale, it wasn't that high on the grandma scale for me, but it wasn't as fun as the other movies. That's as far as the grandma scale goes for that. But yeah, it started was just okay. But just okay, and the MCU is pretty good, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, it comes back to that word "forgettable," right?
Yeah.
So like, it's just another one of those forgettable movies. Like you said, it's a Marvel movie. We'll go back and watch it whenever it's on TV or whatever. But it's just forgettable.
So
Joe?
forgettable.
No, everybody's already said exactly what I was thinking. So.
Cool. Ron, you just kind of scoot past the Dark World.
Just scoot Dark World right under the rock there.
I will say that I do enjoy Chris Hemsworth's like his emotional parts. Like whenever Loki dies, every single time he gets sad about it and freaks out, and I just like the way he emotes as Thor because he's like this big badass superheroes all muscly and fighty, and then you see him like sad and everything. I like that better than goofy ass Thor in Ragnarok, and you'll see that later on in my opinion of a certain movie. On to number 21. Moving along here, we have Iron Man 2, the Whiplash movie. This movie was bad, I feel like. I guess it's not that bad. We gave it an average of 17.8. So this is it's bad. I have it ranked underneath Thor Dark World, and again, there's other movies that I have ranked lower than this one. That's one of the main reasons. But like Ryan gave it a 22, so he has it very low. I have it at 19. Chris has it at 14. Mike has it at 13. Joe has it at 21. Mike's not here to defend his honor, so Chris, tell us why you have this ranked so high, and then Murr, tell us where this lands on your scale.
Okay.
I like Mickey Rourke, and I think even though he's kind of a meme in the movie, I feel as though it's a really good performance, and it was a very fun movie. On the grandma scale, it was up there for me. It couldn't take it up into the top 10 because there's other things about the movie that were just not good, but overall, I had fun watching it, and that's what I based it on, because I think that's what the MCU movies are kind of based on, is for me, is if I have fun. And I had fun with this movie, and that's why I ranked it so high. And I mean, it's not going to win Academy Awards or anything like that, but I like Mickey Rourke, and I like the whole entire cast, so that's why I rank it so high.
All right, Murr, where do you have this on your list?
I have this at 21.
Nice.
Right where Joe's at. I mean, it's a fun movie. I mean, it introduces Black Widow. It gives us the recasting to give us Don Cheadle, which I think kind of threw people off. I like Don Cheadle. I enjoy him as War Machine. I enjoy the introduction of War Machine and how they brought him in. That scene in the river where they blow up all those bots with the combo moves and stuff like that. That was really cool.
But
cool. Otherwise,
that's part of the movie.
Otherwise, like, I didn't think Mickey Rourke's performance was very good. I I also don't enjoy Hammer's character at all. That's oh, I can't remember his name. It'll come to me later, but doesn't matter. Didn't really enjoy it. But Iron Man 2,
Yeah.
just generally not very good.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I have movies ranked lower than this one. That's the only reason this is so high for me. But it was forgettable. I thought the villain was lame. Whiplash, he was lame. I don't know, man. This movie is forgettable. Like y'all mentioned it earlier with the other movies. I remember some of the movies underneath this that I had ranked higher or even lower. I remember them more than I remember Iron Man 2. Yes, it's the introduction of Black Widow, the recasting with Don Cheadle, which turned out to be great. I was very skeptical about that at first because it's like, look at Don Cheadle. He doesn't look like a superhero sort of guy. You know what I mean?
I agree.
But it worked out really well. I guess it doesn't matter when you're inside of the suit. Kind of like the whole Spider-Verse thing. It doesn't matter who's under the mask. You can be a hero sort of thing. I get that. Erica, what's up? If you're looking, Mike is at work still, so he should hopefully be in chat in a little bit. If that's who you're looking for. I hope that's who you're talking about with your brother from another mother. But yeah, for me personally, I don't really like Iron Man movies just in general. They're okay. So for me, most of them are not going to be ranked very high. Spoiler alert. And again, this one was forgettable to me. Joe, do you want to put anything in on Iron Man 2?
Man, it's so... Yeah.
That's it. It's a movie.
It's a movie.
I figured like the word average would come out of your mouth, or like mediocre. Like
where to start with that film is the question. Is like it feels like they were just going all in, and it was like, man, you did not have to go there.
Yeah.
This is one of the few moments where they like learned their lessons, so to speak. Like they did too much, and then they were like, well, let's just dial it back. Because Jon Favreau was on record for saying that he tried to do too much with this film.
Really? Because I felt like they didn't do enough. So
no, they did try to do too much.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Because they tried to introduce. So not only did they try to introduce too many bad guys at the same time, which is a weakness of Marvel films that I have in general. Like I don't like how they usually have like 1 to 2 to 3 bad guys in every. It's like, first of all, slow your roll. You don't need much.
What did they have in this one? They had Hammer and Whiplash. That was it.
Hammer and Whiplash, and it was like, okay, that's cool.
But Hammer's like a big villain, like to Iron Man, like in the comics. Like he's pretty massive. So like how they kind of just threw him. I mean, not threw him to the side, but made him kind of like a sidekick to Whiplash was kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Terrible writing.
That was kind of bad about it. Yeah.
I mean, you introduced 4 A-list actors in one movie. Like A-list, top tier. And it fell flat on its face. So
yeah.
Whiplash is
a good movie. Yeah.
It's a great movie. It's not I can watch it over and over. Oh, dude.
Right. I've only seen 1 or 2 with him.
Dude. So Whiplash is a movie that you can only watch once, and then you're just like, all right, that was brutal. Ugh.
All right.
Absolutely amazing.
Well, let's move along to number 20.
Is it?
We have Thor,
I hope so.
The first Thor movie. Thor came in at number 20. Overall, this had an average of 17.6. Ryan gave this a 19. I had it at 14. Chris had it at 16. Mike had it at 19, and Joe put it at 20. Where do you have this, Murr?
I had it at 17. So
17.
Right there.
Nice. We're almost in this. Yeah, it's right there in the same spot. Cool.
Yeah.
Joe, why do you hate this movie so much, dude?
Well, honestly, the same reason why you like this version of Thor over the Thor in
the goofy Thor.
Yeah. Is the same reason I hate this movie, because they tried to go too hard with the Shakespearean stuff. I mean, even Iron Man points it out in the Avengers whenever they first meet. He's like, "Doth mother know that you weareth her drapes?" It's like that's the attitude, and that's the kind of I mean, I don't know what the word for it is, but it's just wasn't a go for me, dog.
Gotcha.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's my 2 cents.
Well,
Ryan's not here.
Ryan's not here to defend his honor, or Mike. Chris, you want to go? You want to go, bro?
Yeah.
You want to go right now?
I thought this is definitely one of the better Thor movies. I'm looking at my ranking of stuff and of all the Thor movies, and it's not really saying much, but it's one of the better Thor movies. It kind of sets up Thor as a character, and it does a kind of a terrible job of making you want to like Thor. Honestly, the rest of the movies in Thor movies make you like Thor, and actually Avengers movies make you like Thor more than Thor movies itself. Because it's just like, hey, here's a god. He's going to do some stuff. He's going to be a weak god because he can't absolutely annihilate everything. So we're going to make him weak in his own movies, but a god in other movies. It kind of doesn't make very much sense. But I think they just do a bad job in setting up Thor in his origin story. But then again, it actually has a good storyline with Natalie Portman and how the villains come about in the movie. So other than that, it's okay. So.
Yeah. Murr, where did you say you had this one?
17.
I had it at 17.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's like we've said about the other ones. Like, it's not the best, but like if I catch it on TNT, I'll watch it. I don't even remember who the villain was, so there's
the Ice
that.
Giants and Loki.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
that's
that
right.
the destroyer at the end.
The robot. Yeah, the robot.
robot.
Yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. Also, not a huge fan of Natalie Portman, just like in general. So, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, just very forgettable.
All right.
Well, I have it ranked pretty high because, again, I think it's a middle of the pack movie. I like the origin story of Thor being on his high horse, getting knocked down, learning humanity, and yes, it's kind of a fast lesson. But I felt like they did a really good job, especially when he tried to get Mjolnir and he couldn't lift it, and that whole build up to it, and then for him just to fail and be defeated and stuff like that. I thought that was an awesome scene. And I don't know, overall, I really liked it. It hit the fun scale for me, hit the grandma scale. So I have it ranked a little bit higher. Definitely not one of the higher origin movies for me. But I have it right in the middle of the pack overall.
I think the best scene in the movie is when he tells them to go away, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'll be right behind you." And then he goes on to take on the destroyer, knowing that he's gonna die. And it's just like kind of like that's one of those scenes in the movie that I'm like, okay, that's legit. That's a really good scene for a superhero when he knows he has no chance, but he's still gonna give his best, and then he gets his powers back. And it's kind of like, yeah. It kind of would have been better if he would have died and he fully would have learned his lesson if he was dead. You know what I'm saying? But that was a good scene.
Erica prefers Liam Hemsworth as Thor's younger brother.
Okay.
All right. Down to number 19. I got it at 22, Joe. Oh, you got it at 20 also, Ronathan? All right. All right. So next up we have Avengers Age of Ultron. Overall, the game room gave this a 17.2. Ryan had it at 20. I have it at 16. Oh wait, I put that in the wrong spot, I think. Okay, no, I didn't, because that was I had it backwards. I actually gave this a 14. I missed. I knew I was gonna mess up one. Hold on.
Then just say it's 14.
Age of Ultron. No, I have it at 16. Oh, okay. Yeah, Chris has it at 19. Mike has it at 17. Joe has it at 14. You approve of this so much. Age of Ultron. Ryan has it ranked really low. Murr, where do you have Age of Ultron?
I have it at 18.
Okay.
So right there.
Damn, no love for this movie, huh?
No, dude.
It's not good.
No, it's not good at all.
Joe, tell us why you love it so much.
Actually, it's so funny. It's so funny because whenever you were making this list, I had just watched all the Avengers movies like a day or two before, so it was still fresh in my mind. And what they did really well. They were wrapping up 3 loose storylines in one movie, and normally I say that's a bit much, and they went a little bit too far, but in this instance, that's actually not the case. They did a really good job of wrapping up the whole Winter Soldier arc. They did a really good job of wrapping up Iron Man 3's arc about how he wanted to put a suit of armor around the world because it was played off of his insecurities from, all of his 3 movies. So honestly, I enjoyed every bit of it because not only did it wrap up arcs, but then it kind of set up for the rest of the MCU movies as well. So
yeah,
I really think it was better than people give it credit for. If you go back and watch it, I'm pretty sure other people would have their minds changed as well, looking at it within the scope of things.
Yeah,
like where it falls in the MCU.
There's good moments in it.
Yeah.
It's a pretty pivotal movie too. I mean,
Yeah.
dropping Sokovia to the ground literally had a ripple effect all the way up until, I mean, we're watching WandaVision right now.
Yeah.
I mean, that still has a ripple effect all the way through the entire MCU. So I mean, I do give that to you, Joho. I do give that to you.
Well, thank you.
Yep.
Now I want to hear why everybody else thinks it's shit.
Its pacing
I
is
don't
weird.
personally hate it. I like the introduction of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I hated that they killed off Quicksilver. I hate that so much. It was so stupid.
Right.
The dude can outrun those bullets that he got shot by. It didn't make any sense to me why they killed him off. I thought that was stupid. I hated Ultron's voice. I know a lot of people liked it.
James Spader, dude.
I hated it.
You don't like James
He's
Spader?
not a James Spader fan. Like
Nope.
that's a Rob thing. Though.
That's
not
a me thing.
necessarily.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
See, Steph Baby says they think they try to do too much and it didn't do so well.
Well, again,
Yeah.
like, I just go back
Yeah.
and watch it.
You loved his voice, Jordan. Steph, do you hate his voice too, like I do? It's kind of like that whole Bane thing with Batman, the Dark Knight or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah.
Was it Dark Knight Rises? I hated Bane's voice. A lot of people liked it. I thought it was stupid. It totally distracted me from the entire movie, and I felt like that voice from Ultron kind of did the same thing for me. And I hate when that happens because I really wanted to like it because Ultron's like a badass villain.
Yeah.
See, and the thing is too is like I really don't like hate any of these movies per se, but
yeah, they're not, like I said, none of these movies are just trash movies. None of them are bad movies.
Yeah.
They're Marvel movies. They're all good movies.
Right.
But when you have to rank them compared to some of the other ones,
Yeah. I think for any of the Marvel movies, this one's pacing is weird because they try to fit too much in and have exposition where it's awkward and just try to explain things too much because they're trying to tie up loose ends too much. And so they have like lots of like dialogue, action, dialogue, action, dialogue. It's not split evenly or dialogue going along with the movie. It just seems like they kind of ham-fisted some action scenes into where they needed to explain why stuff was going on in the MCU. Because they're like, shit, we could tie this up in a nice little bow if we do this by this. Because that's about the time they turn to just doing they're going to tie it into a nice little bow for the end game.
So I will say one more quick thing. I will say that this is Whedon at his most Whedonist. Like this goes beyond Justice League. This has Whedon written all over it because he does this whole thing where he tries to set up all these multiple threads, even more so than J.J. Abrams, where he tries to set up these multiple threads in a storyline, and you just calm down. You can definitely tell.
Yeah. And you're right, Ron. I didn't need Robert California acting like Ultron. But yeah, there are some really cool moments in this movie. Like I said, the introduction of Wanda and Quicksilver, Vision picking up the hammer, freaking ridiculous. The creepy robot puppet thing when Ultron first comes out was cool. And then Tony Stark just being like manipulated and stuff like that, and it just has an effect on his character till he dies. That's really cool. But again, I just felt like there was a lot of things that
dropping an entire city.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's a lot of good things about it, but there's a lot of bad things about it. So for me, it ends up right in the middle, for the most part, lower half. All right, moving on. Number 18 does tie well to a whole. Yeah, it really does. It's too much though. Iron Man 3 is number 18. The Game Room has this ranked at 16.8. Ryan gave it at 18. I gave it at 23. Chris has it at 18. Mike has it at 14. Joe has it at 11. Murr, where do you have Iron Man 3 on your list?
All right. So I have Iron Man 3 at 22.
Nice. I'm right there with you, dude.
22.
Okay.
I just did not like it. I thought the villain was lame. I thought Pepper
Yep.
Potts getting a suit was kind of lame, even though I know she does
Yep.
get one. I just felt like it didn't fit. It was, I don't know, there was just a lot going on, and I just hated it. I just thought it was lame and
Well,
boring.
the thing is, Rob, is that she gets it appropriately later. Like the Iron Patriot is like or whatever. What that's the suit that she's wearing at the end of End Game. So Rescue, whatever. And you're absolutely right. I mean, they absolutely destroyed what's his name as a villain.
Right, Steph.
The rings.
The Mandarin. Yeah,
the Mandarin. They destroyed the Mandarin as a villain.
What a waste!
I mean, you took one of the best villains in Iron Man's lore, and you absolutely just slapped him across the face.
Cut his balls off.
With terrible CGI and a terrible storyline. So
bad.
But it's funny, guys. It was funny.
It was not. It was lame.
No, it was lame. And I love.
It's like
Ben
Ryan
Kingsley.
Johnson directed that.
I love Ben Kingsley too, and
yeah,
I agree with your brother-in-law, Steph. It's not good.
It's bad.
So okay, yeah.
Go ahead, Joe. Tell us why you love it so much.
So it's funny you guys should mention that, because the real trick of it all is that we're getting the new Shang-Chi movie. They've already started filming it as of last year. They're continuing to go into filming, but of course delays, which is going to introduce the real Mandarin. So him being the Mandarin was kind of like a throwaway. It was a gotcha. And that's what I took away from that. But more into why I actually enjoyed this movie is I again before you, because I went on this huge Marvel spree where I was just like watching a whole bunch of Marvel movies, and I was like, watching this one, I was like, man, this made me appreciate the character of Iron Man so much more. And that's the thing about it is like, this is an Iron Man post Avengers. This is a wrecked Iron Man. This is a movie not about Iron Man's toys, but about who is Iron Man. Is he Tony Stark, or is he the suit? And it just plays into that so well. And that's what actually made me appreciate the movie a little bit more and bumped it up higher than the others. So
this is the one where he runs away, right, and hides with the little kid.
Yes, this is exactly that one.
Yeah,
but like you say that, but it was just like, man, that's really good character development.
Is it?
I didn't like it. I prefer alcoholic Tony Stark from the 80s. Give me that Iron Man. Not runaway Iron Man and go hang out with a kid in his garage.
But Joe, wasn't that kind of the point of the scene in Ultron where he gets like the flashback and they're like, oh, this is what's going to happen basically if you let everybody down? Like, isn't that really the moment where, like, he's probably decided, hey.
Well, no, that pushes him further into creating Ultron. That drives his actions further. His own personal crisis was the New York thing and about how he almost died giving up his own life. And like Captain America said in Age of Ultron, when it's time to or actually in Avengers itself, when it's time to make the sacrifice play, you're not the one to do it. And he was still battling with that. And this is pre Age of Ultron. So, like,
can I just say something about that though?
I forgot.
What?
Go for it.
Captain America said that to Tony Stark, but Tony Stark has done more to sacrifice everything he has than Captain America. Captain America literally just sat in freezing for 50 years, and then he gave up being a superhero to just have a normal life with a girl, and didn't really sacrifice fucking anything. So fuck Captain America, honestly. Captain America did not lose everything. Honestly, he didn't.
He lost everything.
How? He
in
got to go back.
Movie,
he went back,
and you're talking about
he didn't lose anything. He didn't lose anything.
First
He went
At
back.
the end of the story, up to that point,
You realize
Yeah,
that
lost
that's
yeah.
Peggy that he
Okay,
went back
but
to.
he
That
righted that
created an
wrong and went
alternate
back.
timeline. You realize that created an alternate timeline, right? That
Which is
wasn't
more
his Peggy
selfish.
that he went back to.
Which is more selfish than what Tony Stark ever did. Captain America was the most selfish character in the MCU.
I agree to disagree, but I mean, he went back because
I mean, he
that's what
saved Bucky's
Tony Stark.
life. I
Okay.
mean,
That's what Tony Stark said. Like, why don't you get you some of this? That's exactly what they were setting up.
Okay, but what did Captain America
Shut
sacrifice
up,
in the
baby
end?
He sacrificed being with the Avengers in the modern day. He didn't go back to have that sweet life.
He didn't really want
Shut
that
up,
life,
baby
though.
Dick.
He did. He even
He did.
established it at the end of Civil War. He was like, I kind of want that life.
But he chose Peggy over the Avengers. Like, I know what you're saying,
Did
and
you
what he did
know?
in one of the
'Cause he
movies.
the shield and left it in perfectly capable hands, and then he went back.
Yeah, but
So
he
did
didn't.
he really abandon the Avengers, or did he just
He
say,
did.
"Hey, here's my stepping off point"?
He sure as
Now
hell
you
didn't
have
let them know.
Well,
He
we'll,
didn't
we'll
let them
get to
know until he was gone.
that point later.
I was
But
gonna
yeah,
He
say,
didn't
yeah,
give up.
we're
We'll get to
definitely
that
we're
later.
definitely talking about 16
different
movies in
movie at this
advance.
point.
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
we're talking about
Um,
almost 7 years in advance here.
Moving on to number 17, Iron Man 3 is trash. All right, Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp is number 17 on the list, with this average score of 16.8. Ryan had it at 15. I had it at 17. Chris has it at 22. Mike has it at 18. Joe had it at 12. Murr, where do you have Ant-Man and the Wasp?
22? No, I had it at 15.
I know exactly why Chris has it that low.
22.
Because I forgot about it, and then I remembered I did watch it, and I was like, oh, it must not have been that good. I can't remember hardly anything from it. So
It's a forgettable movie for him.
yeah,
I mean, that's okay. That's fair.
that's all I have to say.
Joe,
about
you
that.
want to tell us why you love it so much?
I cannot remember why I love this movie so much. I think it, man, I don't know why I ranked it so high. I think it was because the choice of the other movies was a little bit better as far as sequels go.
Yeah.
I guess it was because I enjoyed the chemistry of the cast, and I enjoyed the fact that the villain wasn't really a villain. It, like Ghost isn't really a villain. She's just trying to wrong some rights in a very like third party way, and that doesn't involve harming actual lives.
Yeah, the villain in that one was pretty lame. I don't know. I felt like it was a lame villain. It was like, hey, if we just sit down and talk about this, it'll probably be fine. Sort of
Right.
bad guy.
Yeah.
Can we
But
just write
overall,
like a note or something and send this on its way?
Yeah, to me it was more of a fun movie than anything else. It was funny because the Ant-Man movies are just funny in general. They're a good time.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I have it ranked at 17. It was just a fun movie overall. The special effects are cool. Ghost looked awesome. You get the original Ant-Man and Wasp back together. It introduces the little microverse or whatever the hell it's called. So that's really cool. What the hell is that place called where they go?
I mean, it basically gives them the ending of Endgame.
The Quantum
Well, it
Realm.
gives them-
The Quantum
the
Realm.
Quantum
There you
Realm.
go.
Thank
The
you.
Quantum
Yeah.
Realm. Yeah.
Make it cheesy.
So it introduces that, which opens up a lot of possibilities. I mean, you got the time travel stuff that it introduced, and also in the comic books, was it Captain Universe gets her powers in the quantum realm? The Micronauts exist in the quantum realm, so
Yeah.
it's there's a lot of things that can happen there, so it's
It
interesting.
sets up quite a bit. Yeah.
So yeah, we have it
No,
at 16.8.
This is MCU. This is not.
This is not X-Men universe movies.
Yeah, this isn't like all Marvel movies. It's just the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
But if you want to see how we did on the X-Men movies, check out our YouTube. We do have that up there where we did rank all the X-Men cinematic universe when Deadpool is a part of that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Good plug,
Ant-Man and the
Rob.
Wasp. a fun movie. You see Giant Man go off. Not the introduction of him, but he's gigantic and awesome. Even bigger than he was before. And moving on to number 16, we have Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. So overall, the game room gave Doctor Strange a 15 right on the dot. Ryan gave it an 8. I have it at 22. Chris has it at 17. Mike has it at 10. Joe has it at 18. Murr, you seem shocked. Where do you have Doctor Strange?
In 8? I have it at. It's because we're okay. So because there's one movie that is completely missing off the list so far, and I'm just shocked that anything is even in front of that movie. So, so I have Doctor Strange. Sorry, it's not really in a good order. 14. 14 is what I gave Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Ryan's not here to tell us why he loves it so much. Yeah.
No, go ahead.
The special effects were cool. Well, I was just saying Ryan's not here to defend his thing.
Oh. Yeah. Special effects were cool. Character building was good. I thought the enemy was good. The villain was good. The teachings, all that stuff. I just thought the pacing was kind of slow.
Yeah.
I think Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange is probably like one of the best casting options they've had in the entire MCU. But
that's a strong opinion right there.
Oh yeah, Steph, I love Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. It's a good one.
Steph, you love Doctor Strange, or you lobe
because Benedict Cumberbatch is a good actor.
I don't like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah, that's part of Rob's bias towards this movie. I don't think it's that much better.
I have a lot of bad things associated with it. So I was excited to see Doctor Strange in IMAX 3D. I went to go see it, and the 3D projector was busted, so I was pissed. So then I went to go see it in regular 3D, and it just wasn't the same. I saw it twice because I see most of these movies twice, even if I don't like them, because I like to watch them again to make sure that I just didn't miss something. And I just don't like Benedict Cumberbatch. I hate these arrogant characters, like Doctor Strange and Tony Stark. Like Thor, I can deal with because he's a god, but like these guys are just humans, and I hate them. I just don't know. To me, he's just a jerk. I hated him. The special effects were amazing, and then the Dormammu thing at the end was so fucking lame. It was like a Galactus thing from Fantastic Four. That's how bad that's what I compare it to, and that's why I have it so low, just because of those things in general. It was a little goofy. I thought it was a little too goofy with like the cape and stuff having its own personality. Like, I get it, but it's dumb. Steph, it's in your top 10 for sure. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm trashing it so much, but I don't like it. It's not one that I really like. I bought it still because I buy all these movies and I see them all. Just not. Didn't care for it. Y'all guys can talk about why y'all like it so much.
So
Ground.
The ending was awful. It reminded me of it was just Doctor Strange the Troll is what it kind of like seemed to me. And the ending kind of ruins it for the movie. Ruins the movie for me. Honestly, because up until that point I was okay with it, and it just needed to have an okay to decent ending, and it just did not perform. Honestly, it fell flat on its face. It used a parlor trick to end the movie, basically. And it was kind of lame, and the pacing was off, like Murr said. So yeah. Anyone else got anything bright and exciting to say about this movie?
Joe?
Actually, I just saw this recently, so after I ranked it, I guess. But to me, the movie's not that bad, and it did waste a lot. I'll admit, it wasted a lot of the potential that it could have had, because Dormammu's the one who's supposed to be locked in the Eye of Agamotto, not the Time Stone. And again, I understand why they did that. To me, it kind of lacks the creative oomph that gave Doctor Strange his uniqueness, I guess, is that he was able to trick Dormammu into the Eye of Agamotto whenever they first met, and I really think they just squandered a lot of potential in this movie, and like that's why I have it ranked so low. But other than that, I actually didn't mind any of the quirkiness of it, anything that had to deal with the cape was hilarious, and I thought it was well timed. The waste of Mads Mikkelsen's character, I did have a
yeah. Yeah, I had something and then it went away. So just like Doctor Strange is going away off this screen right now. So. On to number 15, we have Captain Marvel. Faster. Yeah. I mean, we can keep going. It's up to y'all.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, no,
don't lose power.
I ain't got
Captain Marvel, the Game Room gave this an average of 14.2. I'm pretty sure one of the whole movies is part of MCU Guardians. Yep. We don't have a link to all the movies. But as soon as his VOD goes up, Ryan gave this as an 11. I have it at 15. Chris had it at 10. Mike had it at 16. Joe had it at 19. Murr, where do you have this?
This is the worst movie in the MCU.
What?
Wow.
You have it at 23? Why do you hate women so much, dude?
Dude, women are funny, dude. Women could be superheroes.
I am an absolutely sexist pig for hating this movie.
Wow.
I literally only hate it because I hate women. Yep.
Jesus.
You hit it right on the head, dude.
Are there any other reasons?
No, dude. No, seriously, Brie Larson is absolutely atrocious. I cannot stand her. I think that everybody really likes her from Scott Pilgrim, and now she has blossomed into everybody's favorite worst actress. So I think the Nick Fury stuff was cool. I will give it that, and I like the '90s stuff because obviously 90s stuff is cool. And that is pretty much about it. The villain was forgettable and garbage. The CGI was subpar for a Marvel movie, and the writing and pacing was also terrible.
Man, you really do hate this.
I do. Like I've watched it more than once. Like it's really just not good.
It's upsetting because Nick Fury is my favorite MCU character, so I love how much this movie features him, but Brie's acting just does not do it for me. Erica says she's a Cameron Diaz for me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. That's a perfect comparison. She is the late 2010 Cameron Diaz. That's who she is.
She's the Cameron Diaz of the 2010s, is what you're saying?
Yep, that's exactly right.
Joe, give us something for Captain Marvel here. You have it at 19.
Yeah, so it wasn't that I had anything against Brie Larson in general, because she was all right. They honestly could have picked better actresses for Captain Marvel, but she was good. The reason why I have it so low is because the movie itself was really rushed. It felt like it was a toddler adding on to another toddler's story.
We need to make sure we get her in before Thanos.
Yeah, exactly. It was just like, we need somebody who's able to stand up to Thanos, even though we have even though we have 5 people that can go toe to toe with Thanos already established. But
literally just one.
Let's just go ahead and Captain Marvel. We'll shoehorn her in. And it's just like, it felt rushed. It felt like, and even in production, you could tell it too, especially whenever it comes to the later Avengers movies, which we'll get into. But the movie was super awkward because it was like, oh, let me tell you about this one thing real quick, and then we'll catch up with the rest of this. And I felt like that kind of didn't really do it for me. The Kree, that was, again, wasted potential, man. Wasted potential because we have Secret Invasion coming up. Yeah, that's great. But the Kree have already been established. Secret Invasion would have been greater if the Kree hadn't been established already. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, it would have been like, oh, new enemy. What do they do?
Gotcha.
So, I mean, again, with Doctor Strange suffered the same problem as Captain Marvel in that they kind of painted themselves into a corner whenever they give these characters, these hero characters, all-powerful abilities. Like, how far can you take that? Put yourself in a box, just like with Superman. the more powerful they are, the less you have to work.
Yeah, I really would have liked to have seen that Black Widow movie just to see where it would compare these other ones.
Pretty much. Yep, hard agree because they were doing.
I saw this movie. We saw this movie together, right, Cheese?
Yeah. I liked it. But
yeah, you have it at 10.
Yeah.
Why'd you like it so much? Why do you love this movie so much, dude? You won't stop raving about it.
Whatever. I don't know. I think it is, as a movie on its own, it's a pretty decent movie. I don't think it's the greatest movie of all time, but I think it's a decent movie. And I don't know. I think it's victim to everyone hating Brie Larson. I didn't even know she was in Scott Pilgrim, so I just genuinely like the movie. I like the plot. I like everything about it. I don't really care about her, honestly. She's just in the movie acting, and I guess I probably should have had it lower because they could have literally replaced her with almost anyone, and it probably would have been just as good.
It could have been Cameron. Yeah. It could have been Cameron Diaz, dude.
No, I'm telling you. No.
It could have been Cameron Diaz.
Now you're being disrespectful.
Well,
from 10 to 19.
I thought I already went across that line, but
for me personally, I have it below middle of the pack. It was an okay movie. It wasn't great. It was disappointing. I expected more from it. And I felt like it didn't deliver on all the hype on Captain Marvel. I was looking forward to Brie Larson because I don't hate Brie Larson. I haven't seen that many movies with her in it, so I really didn't have anything to base her acting off of. I've only seen Kong and Scott Pilgrim, or Kong Skull Island and Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, and I thought she was trashing Kong too.
Really?
I guess those Oscars don't count, is what Zach said.
Does she have an Oscar?
Oscar for what?
She has what Oscars? I think she only has like 2 nominations.
IMDb right now. I'm looking it up. Go ahead, continue.
Right. Well, if she's been nominated, that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. It's an okay movie. It was underhyped. It was overhyped and underdelivered. So
exactly.
Captain Marvel is just okay.
Oscars are
Oscars are for winners. Okay.
Moving on. I mean, yeah. When
Lord
of the Rings didn't win the Oscar
Leonardo
for the best
DiCaprio.
movie that year. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Number
Number 14
every
is
Leonardo DiCaprio movie ever made. Sorry.
Wow.
Continue.
Thor Ragnarok
is
Brie
number
Larson
14. From Community, by the way, not from anything.
Oh
else.
yeah, I liked her on that. Average of 13.2. Thor Ragnarok. Ryan has it at 14. I have it at 20. Chris has it at 20. Mike has it at 9, and Joe has it at 3. Murr, where do you have Thor Ragnarok?
16.
16.
Oh,
all right.
So
Joe,
so originally I had it at 13, but then you punked me out by saying it was really low, so I lowered it and rearranged it. So originally I had it at 13, but I have it at 16. Continue. Sorry.
All right. Joe, tell us why you love this movie so much.
I don't understand why you guys hate it so much. So here's the thing about Thor that you have to understand, that you've been hounded on this version of Thor. You have a supreme cosmic being, a god that can withstand a whole lot and go toe to toe with other ultra cosmic beings. What you have to do from a storytelling point of view and from a narration point of view is you just have to let all that serious go and give them better characters to work off of and really kind of embrace the comedy of their situation. Like, yeah, this is an everyday thing for them to get tossed to the butthole of the universe. This is an everyday normal thing for gods because they deal with stuff beyond us. And what the other thing that I like about it is they use that comedy to tell a story as well as add laughs to it, because it's not just all laughs. It's there's some heart in that too, and that's what I love about it. Is it's like Thor is finally going from his Shakespearean kind of tragedy to embracing the comedy of the whole thing, and he has so much loss in there. He has so much loss throughout the whole movie.
I'm sorry, Steph.
Okay.
Yeah,
there is a lot of loss.
But there's so much loss, but there's a lot of comedy to it too, because that's how you have to treat life, and it's almost as if it has a very real world take to it, because you can't just be all about the serious, depressing things. With your loss, you have to take the comedy, the joy of it. You have to take life for what it is.
Me. Well, I'll let y'all go.
No,
I'll let someone else go.
Okay.
That's why I like it so much.
Holy shit! Pacing is fucking awful in this movie.
Horrible, dude.
This movie could be 2 separate movies, and I would love it. Honestly, I would love the movie separately. They ham-fist two. Shut up, Jordan. They ham-fist 2 movies together, 2 plots together, and try to make it work, and it just does not. Honestly, it does not.
Baby Dick.
But I just think if it was 2 separate movies, I would like it a whole lot more than what it was. It was just not that good.
So, yeah, pacing was really bad. I think it tried really, really hard to capitalize on the success of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it tried to be Guardians of the Galaxy 2.5. And it kind of fell flat. I mean, a friend from work line, as funny as it is, like, it's
a child made that.
Exactly. Yeah, like I could have wrote that joke. Like, him swinging around the chain, like yeah, I laughed, but like I didn't know the entire movie was gonna be like gotcha, phrases and terrible joke writing. And also, what really, really made me mad, because I really like music in movies. I hate it when movies use the same music at the beginning of the movie as they do at the end of the movie when it's not. Yeah, exactly. When it's not a like, theater reprise, right? So, like when you write musicals, you have reprises that have the same music at the end as it is in the beginning because it symbolizes, like, the wrap up of the whole movie. But when you use Led Zeppelin twice, it kind of just sticks out to me. That could just be me being, a stickler.
Yeah, I just gotta say, fuck all of y'all. Fuck every single one of y'all for that.
It's not a great movie, dude. I'm sorry.
Y'all don't even understand.
Sorry.
I don't like it. Like I said, I prefer Thor, the Shakespearean version of Thor. They never established him as being this freaking goofy and stupid. I feel like they Peter Griffined his character. Is what I feel like with this movie.
Ooh, yeah.
I just don't care for it. I love Hela. I thought Hela looks amazing. I thought she was great. The Hulk looked cool. I don't know why Thor Ragnarok needed to be Planet Hulk at the same time. I think they could have been 2 different movies, like you said.
It could have been Planet Hulk. That's the problem. Is that it could have been Planet Hulk, dude. It 100% could have been Planet Hulk, but they wanted to make it Guardians of the Galaxy, and it didn't work. It didn't work.
About to become Hulk.
that was because of contractual obligations. They couldn't do, because Universal said they couldn't do a solo Hulk movie, so they had to do
I get that.
Hulk's storyline in the background of each of these movies.
They could have just forced their way into doing it later, because Disney gets whatever the hell they want anyways.
Or just put Thor in a Hulk movie and call it a Thor movie. Oh wait, they did, but it was bad. So try again later.
Yeah. Again, Hulk looked cool. Hela looked amazing. I like that she was super like OP stronger than Loki and Thor. I thought that was cool. The fight scene at the end was awesome, but honestly, just kind of lame, man. I don't know. It was too goofy for me. Thor is a serious character. It didn't need to be that goofy at all. So I don't know. It just wasn't good. And I did see this movie multiple times to make sure that I loved it. Like I said, I see these movies in IMAX 3D when I can, and I'll see them multiple times in IMAX 3D just to make sure that I enjoy them, and I'll buy them on Blu-ray. So this one just, it's funny. It's not, to me, it's not a Thor movie. It's not Thor.
And once again, it's not like it's bad. Like it's not a bad
movie.
You're
talking about it, it sounds like it.
It's just not. It's not top 10.
If it was 2 separate movies, it would be higher ranked. Honestly, it really would.
But and I like the
before y'all piss off
everyone leaves.
All of our followers.
Give us your hate, everybody. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll take it. But I do like the cut that they did with the "We Need a Hero" song at the end. That people put on all over the internet with that one scene. That they should have used that song. That was amazing. I love that song. All right, let's move along. To number 13. Spider-Man 3 should have been good. Should have been 2 movies. Thor Ragnarok works great as 1.
Yep. Speak of the devil.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 2. Average 11.4. Ryan gave it a 10. I have it as 5. Chris has it at 5. Mike has it at 20. Joe has it at 17. Murr, where do you have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I have it number 9.
Okay.
Number 9.
Cool. So you're a sane person.
I like it.
Yeah, it's top 10 for sure.
Mike's
I don't understand how you don't think it's top 10.
Okay, I'm gonna have to listen to how you guys think this is top 10, but Thor Ragnarok's not. Y'all,
because it's a good movie.
Yeah,
it hits the grandma scale.
Yeah,
it hits 100%. The grandma scale. It has the feels. Again, if y'all know anything about gamer lore and how I look at movies, if the movie hits me right in the feels, I'm going to give it a higher rating than anything else. Guardians of the Galaxy just pulls on your heartstrings at every chance they get. The whole thing where Yondu dies, the funeral at the end, the thing with his mom, like everything. Yeah.
Very poppin', dude.
Yeah. He may have been. What do you say? He may have been your father, but he wasn't your daddy or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That shit was awesome.
That was deep, dude.
You get an entire character arc from the beginning of the movie, from Star-Lord to the end of the movie. I mean, the part where he's like, where he figures out that Ego is, spoiler alert, evil. That's like, that was amazing. I thought it was great paced. I thought it had almost a better soundtrack than the original movie, which was also an incredible soundtrack. I thought introducing specific characters was really good. I don't know.
Can we just talk about the intro? The intro of the Baby Groot, the whole dancing at the beginning with Baby Groot while they're fighting that monster.
So good, dude. ELO. It's fantastic.
Awesome.
Yeah. And also, Kurt Russell, really good villain. Really good villain. He's very hateable in this movie. I liked him as the villain. Yeah. He was charismatic when he needed to be, and just all around just a good bad guy. They didn't develop him as much as I'd like to see, but it was also just a one-shot movie just to progress the storyline to get to the rest of the movies. That's really what this kind of was, but I really liked it. I thought the pacing and the grandma scale was off the charts for me on this one because it was just fun.
So, and if you're new to the channel, if you don't know what the grandma scale is, we based it off of fun. One time, Cheese's grandma, he went to the movie with his grandma. What did she say? You could tell the story.
She took me to go see a movie when my parents are divorced. I know, sad sob. I know, I come from a broken home. But I was out with her watching. I think we went to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the theater, and we walk out of the theater. She turns to me dead ass and says, "That was fun." And I was just like, that's a weird thing to say about a movie, Grandma. I didn't say that to her, but I was like thinking about that in my head, and ever since then it just kind of hit me like, yeah, it was a fun movie. What was I thinking? Yeah. But that's where we get the grandma scale from.
Indeed. So yeah, grandma scale. JD Smith, digital artist or digi artist. Yeah. She probably would have said that about Thor 3, but I will say that Thor 3 is fun, but I don't like it. So there's that. I'm sure the rest of the list you'll approve of. I'm sure.
Grandma was a very big fan of pacing, and Thor Ragnarok was.
I don't hate fun. I love fun. It's my favorite. Joe, did you talk about this?
No, I haven't, and I can
go ahead. Tell us why you hate it so much.
Want me to talk about it? No. Y'all hate fun because it's so funny. This movie came out a few months before Thor Ragnarok. I wonder if Thor Ragnarok had been released first. You guys probably would have been saying the opposite about this.
I already told you the reasons why I hate Thor. It has nothing to do with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't.
Well,
they didn't.
your
Peter
reasoning
Griffin
is just
any of these
your
characters.
reasoning and your logic is just baffling me, all y'all, because
I like how you telling us our opinion is wrong. That's cool.
I'm done.
Well,
I ain't
yeah.
even doing that. I'm
So,
just
like-
saying that y'all are just some.
Well,
weirdos,
tell us why
Yeah.
you hate it so much. Explain your reasons why you don't like it.
Well, because they do too much. They do absolutely too much. And having Ego as the villain, yeah, that was
Thor
great.
Ragnarok
but
did a lot. By the way.
Ego was a lot more than just daddy issues. And I hated how they were like, yeah, Peter Quill is half of a god, but they don't really show it. They don't really like. They do at the end whenever it's just a CG mess and a blob. The only thing this movie had going for it was the soundtrack and the quirky characters. Outside of that, the story was trash. Yondu's death was the only redeeming thing about this story. That's why I placed it a little bit higher than the rest of them. But it's a rehash of the first one as far as like family matters. And I don't like how they set everything up and then just to have it all.
Sorry
just
if you hate families. Jeez.
They did show how Peter Quill was half a god throughout the first one, where he should have died in a lot of those situations that he was in, but he was half god.
They showed how
like the
he was
Infinity
half
Stone.
a god in a CGI mess.
I don't know. It's just a flashback, honestly. That's all it was.
It had some really good CGI in it, though.
Yeah.
Like, when he was making a fake planet, like, that shit was fire. Like,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I mean, the whole Nebula Gamora sister thing, like, I thought that was good too. The one that oozes wrongness. I'm Rob, by the way. Hands up, Rob. So that's me. But yeah, I enjoy the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Maybe it's just because I like Chris Pratt so much. That could be why I'm biased. I never liked Michael Rooker. Is that his name? I didn't care for him too much because I didn't like him, and I just hate his face from Mallrats and The Walking Dead. So
he's such a good. He's got a good punchable face, dude. He's really good as a bad guy.
Yeah, so I didn't really like him at first, but I've come to accept him because of Guardians of the Galaxy. So, yeah. Moving on, because Guardians of the Galaxy is awesome.
Amazing.
I don't hate fun. I love fun, guys. Speaking of fun, Ant-Man is next up at number 12 with an average of 11.4. Ryan gave it a 12. I gave it a 12. Chris has it at 13. Mike has it at 7. Joe has it at 13. Murr, where do you have Ant-Man on your list?
I also have Ant-Man at 13.
Nice. So we're all kind of right there in the same little area. Mike liked it. I'm assuming he thought it was funny because it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
He loves Paul Rudd. Who doesn't love Paul Rudd? He's a hot dude. And he's hilarious. And so, I mean, that was really what did it for me. Yeah, I felt like this was a really good origin story for Ant-Man. I like I said, when movies give me the feels, like him with his daughter and that sort of thing, I thought that was amazing. The special effects were great. What's his name was funny. What's his name? Michael Pena. He's awesome. He was hilarious.
I love
all
Michael
around.
Pena.
I thought it's a good movie, but when you have all these other great movies stacked above them, it comes in right there at 12 in the middle of the group.
People are losing the shit that we have this ahead of Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and Thor 3.
To be fair, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is my number 5, so I have it way up there.
So
the average really doesn't count the outliers of the group, so unfortunately it took a hit.
Yeah, and the only reason is because Mike didn't remember Guardians of the Galaxy 2, so I bet if he watches it again, he'll be like, "Oh yeah, I do like this movie." So yeah. Anyone else want to touch base on Ant-Man? I mean, we're kind of it's right there, middle of the pack in the MCU is what it seems like.
Middle of the pack, yeah.
It was fun throughout the whole entire movie. It wasn't like it wasn't over the top great. The pacing was fine. The pacing goes a long way in movies because it had something happening the whole entire time, and it wasn't just like erratic and to where things were just crazy. It had a good story throughout the whole entire thing and just made a good story. And it wasn't trying to do anything more than what it is. And it was just a origin story of a dude who was a thief and became a hero, and it fit. It wasn't trying to ham fist anything in. So And Grandma
Yeah,
scale
he was the guy doing
was
the
decently high.
Yeah, he was a guy doing the wrong thing for the right reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And who would have thought you would have cared about Anthony, the little ant, and when it died?
Yeah.
The little CG ant. Yeah, Anthony, right?
Anthony.
Anthony. Sorry, my bad.
Come on.
I apologize
Get your
profusely.
shit together, Rob.
My bad. Middle of the pack movie, but yeah. Ant-Man, not Batman, not Superman. You're going with the dad jokes. Who communicates with bugs and the idea of fun as the Lego head Michael Pena. Yeah, it's fun, man. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk myself and then blew myself up.
Like
Oh, you'll step around ants.
What was that movie with him and Jake Gyllenhaal? End of Watch. Have you ever seen End of Watch with Michael Pena?
I've never seen that one.
Incredible movie.
It's a good movie.
Incredible
really
movie.
Good.
Is that the one where he plays like a badass? Or is that
Made
a comedy?
Me cry, dude. He was a
I've
cop.
never seen that one.
Him and Jake Gyllenhaal were cops, and it was filmed like first-person body cam style.
Okay.
Oh, dude, it was incredible.
What was the movie with him and God, what's his name? Rogen guy, where they were security guards.
Seth Rogen?
Yeah, Seth Rogen.
I don't know.
Oh, dude, what movie was that?
It was a good movie.
Jonathan probably knows.
Was that Zack and Mary?
Probably give it to us.
No, it wasn't Zack because I've never seen that movie.
Whoa, you should see it. It's hilarious. All right. Joe, you got anything you want to comment on Ant-Man, or do we want to move along? Middle of the pack.
No, let's move on.
All right, Observe and Report. That's what it's called. I knew Jonathan would know it.
Such a good movie.
Number 11. We're creeping in right outside of the top 10. We have Captain America: The First Avenger.
Wow.
All right, Captain America: The First Avenger is number 11 with an average of 10. Ryan gave it a 5. I have it at 7. Chris has it at 9. Mike has it at 22. Joe has it at 7. Murr, why do you have it? Where do you have it on your list?
I have it at number 11, so where it should be.
Wow, okay. Steph, to be fair, Mike doesn't remember a lot of movies, so this could be one of them. I'm not sure. I'll let him defend his honor. 14 for you, Jonathan. Let's see, Chris, why do you have it at 9? Or Murr, tell us why you have it so low. Why do you hate it so much, dude?
At 11? At where it should be? Like literally the average besides the outlier. I mean, it was a great movie. It really is. Yeah. The storytelling's great, the pacing's great, the villain's great. Just stacked up to the rest of my top 10. It just barely doesn't crack the top 10.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So it's a fantastic film.
To be fair, the 22
Peggy Carter is bae. Oh, she's so hot. Love her.
Mm-hmm.
She's okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Chris.
We don't want no problem, big fella.
I think she's overhyped. Honestly, it's I don't know.
I don't hear that many people are hyping her up all the time, so that's weird to say.
Every time anyone talks about her, like, "Oh, she's so beautiful," it's like, well, I guess she's okay. I don't know.
I mean, she is.
She's okay.
All right, Chris, calm down. Your toxic masculinity is showing.
You want me to ask a random person?
Chris has all the wrong Captain America related
Hey, Tim. Peggy Carter, attractive? Okay, there you go. Done. Taken care of.
Done.
She is.
All right. So I like Captain America: The First Avenger. I thought it was probably one of the best origin stories out of all the Avengers. It's great. I love like the whole timepiece. I like how he became Captain America, just this dude that just doesn't give up. He wants to do what's right. And he does sacrifice everything at the end. His future with Peggy, his life to save the world by crashing that plane into the Antarctic or whatever it was. To save everyone. He loses his best friend. It's just all around great. Red Skull looked amazing. Tommy Lee Jones was good, even though I'm not a big Tommy Lee Jones fan. Like, he's not like one person. Oh, Tommy Lee Jones movie's out. I got to go see it. I thought he did a good job for the part that he played. Overall, I just thought it was a really good movie. I like it. I have it at 7, so I love it.
Yeah, he gave up everything till 16 or 17 movies later. Then he totally didn't. He just like, nah, I'm just gonna go back
again with this bullshit. Come on, man. Just
Lord.
Just
But at the time, he did the right thing. So
Yeah, he didn't really have much of a choice.
Yeah.
Captain America was always a man of circumstances that he had real no choice
Red Skull looked like a rubber mask? What? Yeah, it kind of did, but it still looked cool.
It looked better than what they probably could have done. I feel like Captain America was he did the right decision by circumstances up until Civil War, or when he started deviating.
He started getting obnoxious at some point, right?
Yeah. But he was just in situations that he had no control over, and he had to do the right thing. Otherwise, he was probably going to die. And that's most of the time what he did, is just do the right thing because he kind of had to.
Yeah, they introduced the Tesseract in this one, so yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, introducing things aren't one of the things that that I factor into my stuff. I will say, yeah, it did, but it's not the reason. Like, oh, I got to rank it number 1 because this happened in that movie. Like,
Ultron would have been way higher if that's how we based it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Way higher.
But yeah, overall, I really like this movie. It's pretty good. I mean, it's number 11. There's just a lot more movies that are better. Like number 10. Number 10, we have Spider-Man Far From Home. Wow. Game Room as a whole gave Spider-Man Far From Home a 9.8. Ryan gave it a 7. I have it at 10. Chris has it at 8. Mike has it at 15. Joe has it at 9. Murr, where do you have it at?
I have it at number 10.
Number 10. Okay. Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Let's see.
Did we just become best friends?
I mean, I feel like I've been falling in line with everybody's opinion pretty well.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we didn't give him access to the list, so he didn't know how this
was I did not see the list beforehand, so I did not cheat. This is all like 100%
every single time.
Me just throwing it out there and hoping it sticks.
For me, I have it ranked the lowest out of everyone besides Mike. Mike, if you're in the chat, if you want to tell us why you hated it so much, that'd be great. I know, that's a harsh way to put it, just because you ranked it the lowest. But I have it at 10, and I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is one of my favorite characters ever. It's Spider-Man and Batman are my 2 favorite characters. I'm sure someone else had played Mysterio. See, I didn't really even care about Jake Gyllenhaal playing Mysterio. I just felt like it was kind of lame. I felt like the whole illusions, they're real illusions. I don't know. I get it. You had to find a way to modernize the illusions, so that was kind of cool. Yeah. But I just hated the whole Iron Man hangover, and I get it. This is right after Iron Man died, and there's going to be a hangover. Iron Man was his mentor, but I was so over Iron Man already. I was just like, I don't really like Iron Man at all. So for me, I had it ranked kind of low. Because of that, it's still top 10 because it's a good movie, but that's the reason why it's ranked lower.
In a very Mike response, I like what I like. I do what I do. Oh man,
I knew an answer like that.
Yeah.
Anyone else got some opinions on Spider-Man Far From Home? Joe, you've been pretty quiet.
No. Yeah.
No, let's move on.
It's a good grandma scale movie. It was fun.
It was fun.
Yeah.
I thought the CGI, the special effects, and the set design were absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they had to, because when it was going down, it looked bad, and they had to make it look bad, and so it was purposeful looking bad, and I think that was kind of interesting the way that they did that, because they incorporated good and bad CGI intentionally, and it was kind of interesting.
Cool. I will say that the end scene with J. Jonah Jameson, that was fucking nuts. Like, dude, I got so excited. I got choked up. My eyes got watery. I was like, what the fuck? That's amazing. And that was cool. I was like, man, that's great. So that was great. But yeah, top 10 for sure. Number 9, we have The Avengers, the original Avengers movie. That is a 9.6 average for the group. Ryan has it at 6. I have it at 8. Chris has it at 6. Mike has it at 12. Joe, you have it at 16. Murr, where do you have Avengers on your list here?
Number 5.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Joe, why do you hate the Avengers so much?
It's just a product of the pack. It's a product of its time. And I mean, when you look at how it holds up to even Avengers Age of Ultron, you look at how it holds up to that. It's like, it's the movie that kind of started, or it's the movie that kind of brought it all together, but the movie that started it all, I guess you could say.
Mhm.
And like to me, I guess I just didn't I didn't like a lot of it
Mhm.
per se, because again, it's a product of its time. And there's only so much you can do with that kind of premise of like, let's get the band together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like I could watch it again, but I would forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
can see that.
I feel like ranking it low and ranking it high is fair on this, because I could see it both ways. I just it did a lot for setting up the characters and how they act in the rest of the movies, and I think it kind of has a cohesive mix like that. But it's
But
also
they had
kind
their
of
own
very
movies for
dated.
that.
But yes and no. Thor didn't really act the same way he did in his movies as he did in this one. And Iron Man was a little bit more stoic, and Captain America was a little bit more like arguing points than he was just like saving the day, in my opinion. But similar,
Yeah.
but not really, in my opinion.
Cool. Murr, you want to add on to Avengers?
I mean, I think this is really what ties the MCU like to the string that ties it to the end of the entire saga. I mean, all the way up until Endgame. This is exactly what.
But does
I
that
mean,
make it a good
this is
movie though? Is
exactly
that a
what
merit?
we. Yeah, 100%. This is exactly what makes the MCU the MCU, is seeing these larger than life characters together, destroying a larger than life enemy that has a, you know, I would say a good plot, not a, I mean, not like an amazing one, uh, but I mean, from beginning to end, between action and dialogue, team building, having
Mhm.
each individual personality become one team, it was amazing to see. I mean, it was a feat to have all of these characters on screen at one time, and now almost what 15 years later. I don't know how long it's been. I don't know when this movie came out, 2008. Um, I mean, now everybody's trying to replicate it. I mean,
Yeah.
you literally wouldn't have Batman versus Superman or like Justice League or anything like that if you didn't have the first Avengers movie.
But on the other hand, we wouldn't have Justice League if we didn't have this movie. So that's a point
Well,
for
then,
not being
I
good.
mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. I
But I
guess it
like
could go either
Justice
way.
League.
You're right.
I like Justice League though. Yeah, I like the Avengers. It was really cool. I'm a big fan of seeing all of the characters that I grew up reading in comic books on the screen. I thought they did a really good job. I'm really glad that they didn't decide to bring in Thanos for this movie and just build up to the fight towards Thanos. That was cool. Um, the one thing that I didn't like was brainwashing Hawkeye. I think that's such a lame thing that they do in some of these movies, and it's just not just like the Marvel movies, but in other movies. I think that's dumb. But besides that, it is great. This is one of those rankings that I did consider. This was the first one where something like this happened, getting the team together and actually seeing the Avengers come to life. So I did take that into account for this one, but I thought it was great how Loki just broke them apart piece by piece. I thought that was awesome. And Loki's he's a good villain, but like he's really not that strong. So for him to do that to all of them was freaking awesome.
Well,
Um,
it did
Go ahead.
introduce Thanos though a little bit as the
It
big
did,
bad
it did.
over Loki, and it got people and it got Tony Stark, Iron Man, scared as shit about
Yeah.
they didn't
I'm just
prepare.
saying, I'm glad that they didn't just say, okay,
Yeah.
Thanos is coming in on this movie and you're going to have to fight
Yeah.
Thanos and it's going to be a real quick fight. Like, I'm glad they
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really liked
Good build-up.
Avengers. It's a fun movie. It was fun. It was really cool to see him, especially at that time. You didn't know if you were going to get more of those superhero movies. I'm sure there was plans, but to see those heroes come together on the big screen like that was freaking amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, moving along.
Moving right along.
Number 8, we have Spider-Man: Homecoming. Overall, Game Room has this ranked at 8.6. Ryan has it at 16 for some reason. I have it at 3. I have it at number 3. I love Spider-Man. Chris has it at 15. Oh my god. Mike has it at 3. Joe has it at 6. Murr, where do you have it?
I have it at number 8.
Number 8. All right. Since Ryan's not here, Chris, why do you hate this movie so much?
I didn't like the villain. I didn't like the villain in this one.
All right,
much.
Mr. Wrong, have a good one. Really? That was like what
Yeah.
everyone loved about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I didn't think it
Like
was all that good.
like in the middle where they reveal like that really tense scene where like they know each other and like they're driving in that car to prom and like the
Hell
tension,
yeah.
like
I
that
feel like
villain
that's
is
been
amazing.
done in almost every
Preach.
Spider-Man movie or comic or series. Is he knows the guy. That's how it is in every single Spider-Man movie or show or comic.
But it was the
Honest.
it was the first Spider-Man movie. So
no,
like we
no,
were
it
still...
isn't the first Spider-Man movie. There's been many Spider-Man movies
What's the
before
first
this.
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
in
movie of the
MCU.
MCU?
It's the
Yeah.
MCU. It is,
But it's a
So-
trope
so-
that been in every single one of Spider-Man's movies. In any like MCU, XMU, the only
But
one it
that's how
wasn't in.
Spider-Man.
Peter Parker, like that's how
Spider-Man
Peter
is.
Parker works.
I understand that it's been overdone though. Is my opinion.
Mm. Just over
Hey,
it.
I can
Okay.
have my opinion.
Okay.
All right,
I wish,
All right.
I
you're
wish
not
I
going to
could end
convince
every
me any
argument
different.
with
It's just an
my
overplayed
opinion.
thing with Spider-Man.
Yeah. I love this movie. I thought it was great. I thought there was a lot of great moments for Spider-Man, just in general. Coming back from Germany, he gets his badass suit taken away, and he has to fight crime in his little homemade suit. The whole scene where he's stuck under that pile of rubble, and he's just crying out for help, and nobody's coming for him. Just seeing the pain in his face and how scared he was, and then realizing he's gonna have to do it himself and lift all that stuff up. That's like a pivotal moment in the comic books, also for Spider-Man. And I thought they did a really good job of putting that on film, and it was just really good. I think Tom Holland is an amazing Spider-Man, literally, no pun there. I think he's a great Spider-Man. The Vulture, I was trying to figure out like how are they going to have the Vulture be a villain. I think they did a really good job with the robotic wings and stuff.
I agree.
So I don't like the stupid Iron Man tie-ins, but I get what they're doing. The thing that I really didn't like about it, and I'll be honest with this Iron Man stuff, is they knew that they probably weren't going to have Spider-Man this whole time. Why were they trying to build him up as like the next Iron Man? Like I just didn't understand why they kept
Because
pushing.
that's what Iron Man wanted to do.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it. I thought it was stupid. I don't know. Like it's a kid, dude. Why are you trying to force it on him?
I get it, dude. You don't like Iron Man. You don't like Robert Downey Jr.
I know.
That's fine.
Robert Downey
He's
Jr.
only
is
like
okay.
He's only like perfect, but it's fine.
He is not perfect.
Yeah,
Let's calm down.
Now he is. He wasn't before, but now he
I
is.
was saying it. Yeah.
Have you seen the movie
He's a good
after
dude now.
MCU movies? It's pretty bad.
Oh, he's done some bad movies.
Doctor Dolittle.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was great. They
We
did a
won't talk
really
about
good job. They did a really good job of keeping him as a neighborhood Spider-Man, as opposed to having him everywhere, like in Far From Home. I really like that. It really felt like he was a ground level crime fighter, like he was like Iron Man wanted him to be. Even though I hate Iron Man, I hate to say that, but I thought he did a really good job about doing
Man,
that.
for someone hating Iron Man, you sure are talking about him a lot.
I hate him so much,
dude.
But yeah.
Right.
Anyways, somebody else talk about this movie, or we'll move along.
I think you're jelly. I think you're peanut butter
I
and
am.
jealous, dude. That
A
you're
little
not
bit.
Iron Man, dude.
I wish I was Iron Man, guys.
I mean-
that's the secret.
There it is. That's all I needed to hear. Continue. That's
I mean, I
end
say
my
we
case.
can move on to the.
Birdman,
Mhm.
one of Michael Keaton's best movies.
Oh yeah,
Birdman.
for real.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's so
Birdman
good.
is good.
Number 7, we have Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Captain America: Winter Soldier, as a whole, the Game Room gave this an 8.4. Ryan has it at 17. I have it at 11. Chris has it at 11. Mike has it at 2. Joe has this at number 1. Murr, where do you have Captain America: Winter Soldier?
Oh God, thank you, Jesus. Oh God. All right. Somebody else at least had it at number 1. I have it at number 1. It is my favorite MCU.
Okay.
Yes.
On the
All
list.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. It is the best movie.
Is
I mean,
it?
Mike has it at 2,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is the best movie. I mean, it's completely different from anything in the MCU. It is not a superhero movie. It is one of the best spy movies of all time. It is up there. I mean, you could have turned this into its own like mini series, and it would have been absolutely incredible. Just him being like a private eye, and all the spy twists and turns.
Mhm.
You know, Hydra, all that stuff. That's just the pacing. incredible. I mean, it's an absolutely amazing film.
Yep. I mean, I have it ranked at 11, but yeah, go ahead, Joe. Tell us why you love it so much. Go ahead.
Man, it sets up so much. Like, it's the falling action for Phase 3. This movie right here is a pivotal point, and you wouldn't think so, just like Murr said. Like, you take all that away, and it's still a good damn movie. You take it away from where it's at in its place in the MCU and what it does to set up the rest of the movies, and what it does to tie up the movies that came before. I mean, it is so good. Like, that so alone good. Is what makes it number one, is that it's just a good movie. Not that it's a good MCU movie, but that it is a good damn movie. And it's you know, everything that Murr said is literally how I feel about this movie.
Okay. I thought it was an okay movie. Well, actually, I thought it's in my top half of the list for me. I probably placed it lower than I should have, but I probably forgot about the movie so much, and I just put it in the rankings. I probably should have rewatched it before I finalized my list, but that's where I put it in there. It just it was a little bit below a few other things that I liked more on the grandma scale, because all the stuff around that area is about equal to me.
Yeah. I liked it. Again, I have it at 11, so that's really good when there's 23 movies involved. It's in the upper half, right outside the top 10 for me. It is a very action-packed movie. I will say that I'm back. Had to pick up heroin use again. It's less painful. Captain Marvel at number 3. No, Captain Marvel was way down on the list, dude. It was like in the middle, like 16 or something.
Nobody likes that movie.
But Captain America: Winter Soldier. It was okay. I thought it was a good movie. Is this where they introduced Falcon?
This is where they introduced Falcon. On your left.
Okay. On your left. All right. But Armin, what's his name? Armin Zoll, whatever his name is, the robot guy.
This isn't where they introduce. No, this isn't where they.
No.
That's in Civil
War. Old computer that they go into the bunker.
No, that's
this movie. No. Yeah.
He's in here, and they introduce him in. They don't introduce him in this movie. He's actually introduced in the first Captain. This is where they pay off his introduction.
Right.
Yeah, okay. He's inside of the old computer or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, this movie was good. I won't say anything bad about it. Except the whole fight scene at the end where he's like, "Remember me, we're best friends." It's like, I don't know.
Great fight scene though.
It is a good fight scene, but like, I don't know. It just when people talk about the Martha thing, I get a Martha vibe from that, and that's what I'll throw out there.
No,
I get a Martha vibe from it, dude. Just throwing that out there.
But Echoes of Martha.
It's still Echoes of Martha. There you go.
The scene where he grabs that helicopter is
and he's just
one of the greatest scenes in the MCU.
He's so ripped too.
Just absolutely shredded, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So good.
It would have ripped him in half.
Oh,
if he actually held on to it.
Honestly, the bar should have gave way before anything else. Like the bar that's attached to the helicopter, that would have gave way before anything else. He probably would have ripped the bolts out of the bottom.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that should have happened that didn't for movie magic, but yeah.
Right.
Movie purposes.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Captain America: Winter Soldier, pretty good. It was number 7. So number 6 we have Black Panther. All right. Black Panther, we have it ranked at 8.4, an average of 8.4. Ryan has it at 13. I have it at 6. Chris has it at 2. Mike has it at 6. Joe has it at 15. Murr, where do you have Black Panther?
I have it at number 12.
Number 12. That's not bad. You're right there with Ryan, which is not good.
Number 12.
When you agree with Ryan, that's not good.
Yeah.
Right there
with Joe,
I'm not proud of it.
Joe, why do you hate Black Panther so much, dude?
I can't.
After watching a second time,
I can't remember why ranking it so low. Oh, no! I do remember. Just it was a rushed film. Unfortunately, it was
what?
So it was a circumstantial film. Yes, it was rushed. In fact, it didn't feel like that, but you could see it, like the results. So the end fight scene, they didn't clean up the CG on it because they had to get it out. Yeah. They had to.
A lot of the CG was pretty bad in that fight scene.
Yeah.
So, but the villain, oh my god, the villain though. Let me talk about that villain, Warmonger, realest
Killmonger.
villain ever, or Killmonger, sorry, realest villain ever. Yeah, I mean that dude was perfection, and that's another reason why I ranked it so low is because rather than doing the whole Joker thing where it's like he's just gonna be a constant thorn in Black Panther's side, they just kill him, and it's just like, man, he could have been so much more.
Dude, his line going out was fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, it really was. And I just loved everything about him, the ethics and everything about that character. I enjoyed. However,
I cheered for the villain in this one.
Yes, a lot of people did.
100%.
It was just like it was just a rushed film, unfortunately, and you could see that. And that's what I didn't like about it. That's why I ranked it kind of lower, because like if you were to put it on the scale of other movies that are in the top 10, you'd be like, okay, well, I can see why.
I love this movie just because of the representation that it had. I thought it was great. You had representing the Black community, Black superheroes. The strong women that were in this movie were fucking amazing. The soundtrack was great, dude. That soundtrack was so good.
Angela Bassett, dude.
Yeah, Angela Bassett, Chadwick Boseman. Yeah.
Like all-star.
It was
cast.
all around such a great movie.
Yeah.
All around. I thought it was great all the way around. There's a reason. I think it won an Oscar for a couple of things, didn't it? And I think Black Panther got Marvel their first Oscar. You know, DC already had one for Suicide Squad, just saying. But it was for best hair. It was for best hair, but Suicide Squad had one.
It's like winning the consolation prize at a dinner party, bro. Don't eat it.
Hey, it got
Oscars.
Don't have
There you go. It's great movie. I love Black Panther. It was really good. I'm really sad that we're not going to be able to see Chadwick Boseman take up the mantle as Black Panther anymore.
Yeah, rest in peace. Yep.
Oh man. So
Chris, why did you love it so much?
So they set up such a good. They told the story of Wakanda, made it feel full in the story that they told. Yes, some of the CGI may not have been as good as it should have been, but the storytelling on it was amazing. And you actually cared for Killmonger, and you actually understood where he was coming from. It was one of the best written villains in all of Marvel. Honestly, he was just so good, and you understood where he was coming from, and you understood where Black Panther was coming from. It was set up in a way that you understood the story going into it, whereas some Marvel movies, you don't understand why they hate each other at all, and you don't understand why the villain's doing what they're doing. I think it was a very coherent story, and just it fit, and it was just very good, and the pacing was really, really good. I really like this movie. Yeah. It does suck that Chadwick Boseman died. I bet they, the snap that took him away and then they brought him back, and that kind of sucks. But hopefully they have other plans and can do something with it, because I think Wakanda is a good storyline to carry out in Marvel, and I hope they continue to do it, even though he's not there.
Yeah.
So.
They'll probably end up making Zuri Black Panther.
Yep.
Yeah,
she becomes
Black Panther. Yeah. The one thing that I am kind of sad that I'm sad to see not happen is now you have the X-Men, so you have the potential for the Storm Black Panther relationship that happens with them, like it does in the comic books. So we're not going to be able to see that. So that's sad.
Yeah.
But who knows? Who knows what they'll do with Black Panther? You know, maybe there will be another Black Panther. Who knows? Besides the sister,
CGI wasn't so bad
at the end. Yeah, overall it was a great movie. It was fun.
It was so good,
entertaining.
I still listen to the soundtrack.
I do too. All right, moving along. Let's see.
There's a Kendrick Lamar song that didn't make it in theaters, but it's actually on the soundtrack. Just fucking love. Miss me with that bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Number 5, we have Avengers End Game. Avengers End Game is number 5 with an average of 7.2. Ryan has it as his number 1 Marvel movie. I have it at 13. Chris has it at 12. Mike has it at 5. Joe has it at 5. Murr, where's End Game on your list here?
I have it at 7.
7.
So I split the difference.
Cool. Steph's like, whoa. Ryan's not here. He loves it. I believe his reasoning was it was the accumulation of everything in the Marvel universe, what they were building towards, and all that stuff. I was cool with that. However, I didn't want to rewatch the movies that I already watched. I hated that. It was so annoying. I just felt like that movie was poorly executed. It was a cop out. I just did not care for the ending. Like,
and the time traveling stuff was super convoluted. Yeah. I mean, they tried to explain it to us as best as possible, but at the same time, like, we know you're full of shit. Like, we know you took out like you took a free ride here on the time travel stuff to try to piece your world into. I mean, I would say it is a very, very good movie, but
yeah,
they really just tried to, I don't know, rewrite how we think about time travel, and that's just not really how it works.
Yeah, and the whole Captain Marvel thing, so disappointing. Another disappointing performance from Captain Marvel in this movie. They were hyping her up to be the big threat to Thanos. She doesn't do anything. Nothing.
She gets taken out by an exploding van.
Yeah, it's like,
literally could have wiped the floor with all of them. Her and Scarlet Witch could literally have killed every single person in that final fight.
It's funny you mentioned that because Scarlet Witch almost does like tear apart Thanos.
Yeah, she could have done it herself.
She could have done it herself for sure.
Yeah, Scarlet Witch. They showed off Scarlet Witch, and she was badass in that movie. In the parts that they showed her. Yep. Every other person in there, it's kind of like they didn't really get their time to shine. Honestly, Cap got more of a time to shine than everyone else.
So let me tell you what you guys are missing in that argument. This movie, the first half of the movie dealt with what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls?
Rewriting the past.
Yeah, rewriting the past.
It dealt with
rewriting the past
and accepting it. No, because remember, Iron Man had that fucking arc where he was like, you know what? I moved on. We lost, and it was hard. But I moved on, and you guys should too. That was the message of the first half of the movie. And Captain America was like, nah, we can't lose like this. And yeah, this is like, hey, but let's talk about that, about how the movie deals with loss. And yeah, whenever you're in a fantasy setting, you rewind time, but it doesn't feel the same because, like they established, there was permanent losses. The permanent loss was Black Widow. They're never going to be able to get Black Widow. There was sacrifices that were made. Well, there were sacrifices that they made. Captain America went back, and he sacrificed his current life, the one that he had in the present, being a man at a time, for his past life, that he had a good time, and he comes back as an 88-year-old who's lost most of his superpowers and his abilities. So, to me, that's what the movie was more about. That's what the movie was more about. It was more about loss and dealing with loss in a very real world. Before you get all murky with the time travel stuff. And again, Iron Man said it best. When you mess with time tends to mess back. Because like they didn't just do it consequence free. There was very much a real consequence. They were going to lose again by going back in time. So it had its consequences. So to me, the movie was perfect in the way that it dealt with loss. It was very in your face too. Because the first hour and a half, that's all that was.
Yeah, I understand that. It's just, what was a good thing to deal with loss? Infinity War. They just straight up lost and they didn't do anything about it. That was a better ending and better story.
They didn't give you time to think about that. They didn't give you time to process it.
They basically showed you, no, if you have loss, you just got to change things and then you can get over it. That's what you got to do. I don't know. I get so tired of, I don't need a superhero movie to try to tell me how to get over loss. I understand why people like that, and believe me, it's fine. Everyone needs some help getting over stuff, and everyone needs, there's things out there for people. There's outreach and everything like that. I don't need it from a movie that's preachy and everything like that. I understand why you're saying that, Joe. It's fine, but
hold on.
They cheated the system.
Yeah, it isn't so much that it's preachy, it's that they use it as a better narrative tool than anything else. And that's what I like. When you
can say they use it as a tool and they use it as this, but I feel as though it's preachy, honestly. I've dealt with some loss in my time, and I've dealt with some fucked up shit in my life. And I don't need a movie telling me how to deal with it, especially a superhero movie. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I get that argument, but a lot of these movies are kind of that. They're just not as laid on as thick as this. Honestly, I didn't really feel like that whole energy, like dealing with loss and stuff like that. I watched it as it progressed. It was slow. It was boring. Yeah, Steph says it's a minor part of the movie, and I kind of feel the same way. I feel like Iron Man just quit.
Yep.
You know, just
He
moved
didn't
on with
quit,
his
he
life, and
moved
I
on.
get that.
Yeah,
he moved on, but
exactly.
he quit.
He
He
quit.
moved on because he quit. He stopped trying. He gave up. There was no way to win. But everyone else said, no, there's got to be a way to bring half of the world back. Like
half the universe.
Half the world is half the universe. Yeah. So, I mean, just as it applies to them, it's half of the earth. And then, half the universe is gone too, guys. Like, maybe we should try to do something. I don't know. Half the entire universe is gone. You know, like I feel like I would be on Captain America's side on this one. I don't know, would have ranked it as high as I do. Yeah, I agree with you. That was such an amazing fight when everyone shows up. When he says Avengers Assemble.
Yeah.
Amazing. Right in the feels. When Captain America lifts Mjolnir. Oh my god.
Amazing. The three-way battle between him, Iron Man, and Thor, like amazing. Like
and
best fights in the entire MCU.
Yep.
And
so
there's
good.
there's only 2 movies in the entire world that made me blabber like a baby. It was Ladder 49 and this movie. People like legitimately thought like there was something wrong with me in the theater because I started like sobbing, crying when Iron Man snapped did the snap. And dude, she said cheeseburgers at the end, dude, oh my god, I couldn't do it. I'm almost like crying right now. Like that, like for me is just, oh god.
Yeah, and I will say amazing. Iron Man did redeem himself by sacrificing himself for the greater good, but he took the stones off of the glove. Why didn't they do that the first time?
Yep.
You know, like, come on. Just things like that bother me. I know it shouldn't, but it
was kind of,
You know what I mean? You could have done that the first time when, they were fighting over it on that planet.
It's shoot in.
Yeah.
That's how it felt.
This movie's a bunch of conveniences that fell into place. That's all it is, honestly.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. It was a good movie when Falcon said on your left. Yeah, getting it right now. Just everybody showing up. It was just holy shit. It was iconic, and that's why this movie's ranked really high. Yeah, but I mean, for me, it's a great movie. But like when you compare it to all the other ones and how I feel against the other ones, I have it at 13.
Like, dude, I have it number 7. Like, it's an amazing movie. It's incredible.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, I do feel like it was long, and it felt long to me, and I don't like that feeling when I'm watching movies. Number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Wow. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1, average of a 5.8. Ryan has it at 9. I have it at 1. Chris has it at 1. Mike has it at 8. Joe has it at 10. Murr, where do you have this one?
Guardians of the Galaxy, I have it number 6.
Number 6. Joe, tell us why you hate Guardians of the Galaxy so much.
It's not that I hate it. It's that it had to be somewhere in the top 10. And, Captain America Winter Soldier was my number 1. So.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against the movie. Like I said, it's just in a top 10.
Yeah, it's top 10, stacked. So it's still really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what a lot of people get lost on is like we're not ranking these the worst movies of all time. These are just in the MCU.
Right.
It's hard to rank.
Right. Like we're literally talking about one of the greatest universes of movies ever to be put together, and to break down the top 10 is just it's tough.
Yeah, it really is.
It's real tough.
But for me, I love this movie. I saw this movie out of all the Marvel movies I saw this one the most at the theaters. I probably saw it 4 or 5 times in the theater just because I loved it so much when I got it. This is the only Blu-ray that I ever bought in 3D because I saw it in IMAX 3D and it looked freaking amazing. Thank you for the biddies.
And thank you for hanging out.
We'll tell you how it ends, Steph. Yeah. One of the greatest universes. Yeah. Tell Beanie 1 and 2 that. What does that mean?
Me and you.
Both you.
Oh. It is one of the greatest universes ever created. No one's arguing that. If you want to put it up against other universes, this is probably number 1 or 2.
He's saying
Star
we don't know
Wars?
what we're talking about in the rankings,
Yeah.
and it's like
I
that's
get
fine.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah,
I
you
get
can
that.
you can hate on it. That's fine.
But yeah, I mean, this movie, I got it in 3D, and I got a TV that had 3D just so I could watch this movie. That's how much I love this movie.
Nice.
It has the feels, the whole family,
amazing.
broken family thing, making the becoming together as a group. And then the thing at the end when he saw his mom, like, ugh, like holy shit, it's so good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Pratt is hilarious. I just think that they had so much. The movie had all the characters had great chemistry. I just love the soundtrack was fucking amazing. Great movie, number one in my opinion in all the Marvel universe.
Yep. Same.
It's a respectable opinion. I would.
Yeah.
I give you that. I mean, it's got a fantastic soundtrack.
Mhm.
Guardians of the Galaxy are some of the most beloved characters now, even though literally nobody knew who they were.
Yep.
I mean, Chris Pratt, spot on casting.
Yes.
I mean, literally, it's an amazing movie. It's an amazing film.
Yep. I would have liked to see more with the Nova Corps, but who knows? Maybe that'll come. We'll see.
We'll get that. We'll get that.
Do you
We'll get
believe
there.
him? Do you believe him? I don't believe anyone's 100% dick.
Oh, so good. Yeah. Like that movie to me has like the perfect mix of funny, seriousness, action. The feels like it has everything to me. I think it's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 3, Captain America.
It, or did we?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he started it off. Captain America Civil War is number 3, an average of 5. Ryan has it at 3. I have it at 2. Chris has it at 7. Mike has it at 11. Joe, you have it at 2. Murr, where do you have Civil War?
Civil War number 2.
Nice.
Number 2.
All right, Chris, why do you hate Civil War so much, dude?
There's just many. There was just 6 movies above it that I liked it more. That's all it was. I think this is a really good movie.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Exactly. No. It's true. It's true.
Yeah.
JD, we normally play games. Wednesday is our talk show, our podcast where we just talk about whatever. This week we just happen to be ranking Marvel movies. We do art streams on Tuesday. I do. And then the rest of the week we're playing different types of video games. On Friday nights we play our community stream where we do Among Us or any other community. So anybody that's in our community, if you want to join in and play Among Us with us, feel free. And then every other day we just play whatever we feel like playing for that day. Mike does Monday Night Arcade where he plays classic arcades. Let's see, what else do we got? Wednesday's a stream. Thursday, what do we do?
I played Magic last week, but
That's
that's and Saturdays we try to have another group thing, which this week we're gonna have something where it's playing Old School Friday the 13th. 2 people are playing, and we're gonna have commentary on it going with it. So
yep.
And if you want to check out more of our thing, check out our Discord. We have more of what we do there, honestly. That's where we're big on. That's where we try to let everyone know about our stuff.
Cool. And once Joe gets back to normal schedule, he'll be back streaming in the game room. The games that he likes to play, which is like Squadrons and just running through some games that he likes. Some Pokemans, hopefully. But yeah, that's what we do, man. Consider following us if you're not. It's a fun time. But yeah,
we're aggravating though. Just so we're aggravating. Yeah,
we do it for the lols, for the memes, honestly. But we're a really great community. The people in our community is really, really great. We call ourselves a TLC, the Lurk community, because everyone likes to support each other. If you're a streamer, people will go to your streams, hang out with you, lurk, and go, try to help everyone else reach their goals and stuff. So it's a really cool community. Okay, Chris, what people just had this ranked, other things ranked above it. Murray, where did you have it as 2, right? So 2,
yeah, absolutely.
Me and Joe all have it at 2. Joe, go ahead and tell us why you have it at 2.
Man, there's just something about this film that it continues off of the work that that Winter Soldier did. It's like a sequel to that plus a sequel to Age of Ultron. It just does it so well, and it blends it all together, and it makes it work. But it also it does something that not a lot of the other superhero movies do. and that is it attacks the dichotomy of a superhero. What it is to be a superhero. Is it better to be a superhero that is forced, or is it better to be a superhero that does it because they must? Right? So like, is you know what I mean? Is it better to be registered and have the backing of the state, or is it better to do it as a vigilante would? Right? We all know the answer to that argument. So, but yeah, that's just what they just did spot on. They did such a good job with the film. They took the comic book source material and they were most faithful to that, and that's what I love about this.
It was pretty close. I want to say it was faithful too. It was pretty close.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Like,
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it definitely had the comic book energy. To me, this is an amazing comic book movie. It was great seeing all the heroes in one screen. You didn't even need villains. In that whole airport scene, there was nobody else there. It was just them. That's iconic. All you needed. It really was iconic.
Yeah, what Murr was talking about earlier, whenever there was, everybody else tried to do the whole Avengers thing. Well, since Civil War, everybody else has tried to have an.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Spider-Man. Introduction of Spider-Man into
Spider-Man.
Dude. Whenever Queens popped up on the screen, I was like, "Oh my!" Like, because I love Spider-Man, and I got choked up. I think I got a tear coming down or whatever. I'm feeling it right now, just remembering it. I just loved Tom Holland as Spider-Man, and then bringing him in, just seeing that classic suit that they have, even though it's a modernized version of it. So fucking good, dude, and he was great. So good as Spider-Man, dude. I loved it. I loved it so much, and that's the reason why I have Civil War up there. It's just a great movie overall. The villain didn't even have to do much. He pitted everyone against each other. Baron Zemo, and he was a really good villain. We'll see more of him in Falcon and Winter Soldier. And we'll see him with this purple mask, so that's going to be cool.
I'm assuming he busts out of that prison, right?
I don't know. We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah,
but
I mean Black Panther as well.
In the introduction of Black Panther, that whole scene was fucking amazing. Like that whole thing was great.
How they shot that, like the cinematography of that scene is absolutely incredible. They had rugs on the back of cars, and they would drive the cars while they ran on the rugs.
Jeez,
it's insane how they even shot that.
So I mean, it's just a great overall movie, man. And then the fight between Tony and Captain America at the end with Winter Soldier, just everything about it was so iconic and so great, dude.
The choreography for that was amazing. When he stands up and shakes it off and he goes, "I can do this all day." Chills. Instant chills.
So good. Like, I mean, I just like Baron Zemo because he wasn't coming from like, I'm going to take over the world sort of thing. It was like, y'all killed my family. Even though it wasn't the Avengers' fault, it was kind of the Avengers' fault. And he was just, lashing out against them. And I kind of like that. I thought that was great. And you had like this whole thing where he's going to bring all of these other Winter Soldiers, to life and use them as an army. And then they're all dead. Y'all kill each other. Like that was so good. Like here's the knife. Like that was awesome. Civil War, great movie. Number 2 on my list. All right, let's move along to the number 2 overall movie in the Game Room ranking is the Iron Man 1. Big sigh. Average of a 5. Ryan has it at 4. I have it at 9. It's still top 10. Chris has it at 3. Mike has it at number 1. Joe has it at 8. Mur, where do you have the original Iron Man movie?
The original Iron Man I have at number 4.
Number 4. Okay, so you still got it pretty high.
Number 4.
I have it low just because it was great. Don't get me wrong. I loved it when it came out. It was amazing. I just feel like all the other movies are great. Yes, this is the movie that started it all. But again, I don't like to put a lot of, emphasis on that. It's a good overall movie, but I just feel like there's a lot of movies that are better than this one. But it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I think everyone puts a lot of weight to it started the universe sort of thing. So I don't know. Y'all tell me why y'all love it so much.
That is the weight. That is the weight, right? Like that is heavily what I base it upon because it is the start of everything. It's not. I mean, compared to some of the other ones, right? I mean, it could be ranked a little higher just based on story and pacing and stuff like that, like we have been. But for this, it's literally the movie that started it all. It's the face of the MCU, I would say, would be this movie.
The reason I ranked it so high is because you have a story of a guy who's just an asshole at the beginning, and he turns into someone that's not so much of an asshole and has a quandary going forward where he questions everything about himself, and he actually turns into a good guy that's still an asshole, but he's a good guy now. So, and it's just kind of a redemption story from start to finish on the movie, and there's even echoes of like a defeats father figure kind of thing, because he takes out Jeff Bridges' character, and Jeff Bridges was his father figure for a lot of his life after his dad died. So he was the father figure that he looked up to and trusted, and trust was broken, and it was a hard thing for him to deal with during the movie. And I think they conveyed that really well. And when Jeff Bridges had his life in his hands and basically was like took the arc reactor out of his chest and was leaving him there to die, it was just like it's so brutal. The guy that he trusted with his life, literally his life, tried to take his life from him, and it was just kind of a Greek opera in a way, is the way I viewed it.
How good is Jeff Bridges, though?
Oh, dude, Jeff Bridges. I really love Jeff Bridges.
How good is Jeff Bridges, dude? I mean, that's...
Yeah.
I only know him from Dumb and Dumber, so he's amazing.
All right.
I haven't seen him in anything else.
I'm just
trying to remember. I've never seen Tron.
Yeah.
Probably seen pieces of it. I don't remember it though.
Okay. I don't think Jeff Bridges is in Dumb and Dumber. You're thinking
is that not Jeff Bridges?
No, it's not.
Jeff
no,
Daniels?
you're thinking of Jeff Daniels. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Same guy.
Wow.
That was Dumb and Dumber.
That was me, Dumb and Dumber. Right
movies, ladies and gentlemen, these are the people rating.
Hey, I watch the movies. Okay, I don't follow the actors. All right. Jeff Daniels. Yeah,
the guy that doesn't like.
I was just trying to move along and not worry about it.
That was a test, and y'all passed. Good job, guys.
Good job, Joe.
Joe, why do you have it so low? Tell us why you have Iron Man low.
You have it lower than I do. No,
I already told y'all why I had it.
Yeah, I mean, I echo the same sentiment. The only difference is that I think, again, like Avengers, it's a product of its time, so it really sticks out. It doesn't, like, it sticks to you with the nostalgia factor, but then everything else you kind of lose, and the more and more I go back to it, the less and less I want to see of it. I'm like, oh, it does not age well.
I'm gonna have to do a rewatch of all of them just to see. Because I
remember
remember the last time I watched
all of them again.
The last time I watched Iron Man, I don't feel like, oh, this movie looks horrible for its,
right.
You know, it didn't age well. I don't remember. I don't think of that think about that with any of these Marvel movies. So
yeah,
the Hulk was the one that it really didn't age well for me.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I
Hulk
watched
came out
it
in the same year.
Right,
I watched it not too long ago, and it didn't. To me, it doesn't seem that way. But all right.
Yeah.
Number 1 is Avengers Infinity War. It's the last one left. Average of a 3.6. Ryan has it at 4. I has it at 2. I have it at 4. Chris has it at 4. Mike has it at 4. Joe has it at 4. Murr, where do you have Avengers Infinity War?
I have it at 3.
3. So you were all right there, grouped together with this one.
Yep.
Y'all go ahead and talk about it. I feel like I've been talking a lot.
Go ahead, Joe.
Okay.
I wanted to hear Murr's take on it. Talk to
my take.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's the Empire Strikes Back of the MCU, right? I mean, it's literally all the villains or all the heroes lose at the end. We see like true loss in the Vormir scene. What we got the Red Skull reveal in that movie too, which was absolutely spine tingling. God, I'm sorry, I haven't seen it in a while, so I'm trying to like go back in my brain.
No, Red Skull's an End Game.
Yeah.
I thought this was the movie they killed.
Oh wait, no, yeah.
They killed.
You're right.
This is
the one where they killed Gamora. You're right.
Yeah, they kill Gamora. Yep. Okay.
Spoilers.
All right.
Spoiler alert,
All right.
guys.
Yeah, spoiler alert.
you're
You only
right.
had like 5 years to watch it, but sorry, I'm just trying to think of everything that happens. Like the end fight scene is incredible. Aim for the head. Great quote. Vision getting his shit rocked. That was pretty cool.
All of them getting their shit rocked, honestly.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. Like I said, it is the Empire Strikes Back of the MCU. So
yeah.
I will say that I felt like they powered down a lot of those heroes. Honestly, I hated what they did with with Hulk. Like, come on, man. And that's another thing I hated about End Game was
bodied,
Hulk.
bro. He gets bodied at the beginning.
That was awesome, but
so good. Because the choreography looks actually like you're looking at a fight choreography between two characters that are completely CGI. So like watching that and it's actual like martial arts. It looks like two people actually fighting, like they actually know how. I guess you know what I mean.
And it just looks like Thanos is like trained at it.
Yeah. That whole scene was fucking awesome. And Loki dying when he tells him the sun will shine on shine on us again, brother, or something like that. Dude, that was so good, so good. And he died.
Not
like
a
I like that,
dude.
Yeah, it was nuts. What's up, Ryan? Welcome. Go ahead, Chris.
It was just an interesting story, and I like the fact that the heroes didn't tie it up in a little bow in this movie. And honestly, I feel like they could have just left this movie as it was and didn't have End Game after this. And I would have liked this movie a lot more because it would have been just finality to like, no, sometimes you just don't win, guys. Thanos is just that powerful that you just cannot win. And I think that would have been an interesting story. I think it might have led to boring stories in the future because there was less heroes and everything like that. And I understand why they did End Game, but I think End Game kind of cheapened Infinity War. That's why it wasn't like higher up on my list, honestly. But yeah.
I mean, I would have liked them to, I wouldn't have had a problem with them just ending. Like you said, like half of the universe is gone. You were going to get rid of some of these heroes anyways, because their contracts were up. Why not just snap them away, and then you have your other heroes rise at that point? Yeah, the roster you're keeping, and then your new roster comes into play now, and you can try to bring back whatever you can. Maybe they don't. I don't know. They could have gone a different way. I don't know. I get it, but I don't know. I thought it was great. Like you said, I liked that the heroes lost. I thought that was awesome. It's just overall, so it's just a good movie. Thanos, I really would have liked Thanos to have his helmet on more in the movie because he had it on in the beginning. He looked like such a badass, and then he took it off and he's just like bald mostly dude. Like that's cool. But yeah, I really didn't like Bruce Banner being there the whole time. I was like, I want to see Hulk. I get it. I understand what they were going for, but come on, Hulk would have been pissed off.
Technically, Ryan, they did have a movie in between.
Yeah, they did.
Captain America or Captain Marvel.
You just don't remember because it was garbage.
And Ant-Man and the Wasp. So
those were like I feel like those were like the Olive Garden breadstick that you get before and after a meal.
Yeah,
that's what I felt like.
Yeah,
I mean, and they had to set up the time travel with Ant-Man and Wasp. Like that's literally the only reason why they did Ant-Man and Wasp, in my opinion, was because they had to set up the time travel aspect.
Yeah, I see what Ryan's saying. He wanted to see more movies that took place in that gap between.
Yeah.
Oh, the 5-year gap. Cool. Oh yeah,
that would have been awesome.
So, good news, they do have a series. It's called Hawkeye. And also I think some of Black Widow is going to be taking place in the 5 years. But yeah, Hawkeye will definitely be taking place during the 5-year.
That's cool.
And where he trains Kate Bishop.
Awesome.
Oh, and Haley Steinfeld is officially Kate Bishop. They've already come up with the production.
Oh, they're already filming it. Yeah, they're filming it and everything. It looks awesome. But yeah, Avengers Infinity War, the best Marvel movie, according to the Game Room.
It's a before, again, guys. It's a before and after, I think.
Gotcha. again, all of these movies are good movies. All of these movies are good movies. No, we're not going to sit here and say any of the Marvel movies are trash. Even the worst Marvel movies, like Hulk or Thor: Dark World, those movies are better than a lot of movies out there, and they're not. Again, they're not bad movies. It's just you got to rank these things somewhere. You know what I mean? Yeah. And everyone's entitled to their own opinions. We'll never tell you that your opinion is trash. We'll may razz each other here and there, but again. You like what you like at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
Going to full screen for us.
Going to full screen. All right, let me stop sharing my screen then.
I was going to say.
Yeah, our criteria was based on, like, within the 23 movies in the MCU where we thought they ranked. If personal one was opinion. Better than the other. Yeah. So it wasn't that, like, these are better than some of the DC movies, because I know Rob would automatically say no.
And then we gave her, like, literally 5 minutes.
Yeah, and I felt like I fell in line pretty well.
No, you did good. You did good.
You did good, kid.
It's always surprising. It's always surprising to see how many members of the audience agree with us in a lot of these. Yeah. Like the crazier one was the Star Wars one, I think it was. Where people were just like radically different. Yeah.
You're welcome.
And so like those are good things though. That's a good thing because like that means that, you know, we're not just mindless consumers, that we have our own thoughts and opinions about things.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if we had like an actual like criteria where I sat down and watched all these movies in any order, you know, whether it be from beginning to end or my personal worst to my personal best, you know, nowhere in between am I going to feel like I am wasting time. Like there is at no point where I am going to be like, oh man, this is rough. Like, there is a point within Star Wars where you're like, oh man, I cannot continue with it. This.
That's right. It was the burger ones that everybody hated. The burger joints. They were just like, oh my.
I will. Yeah. We're gonna try to rank all the Marvel movies that existed prior to the MCU. And that's going to be a task because I haven't seen a lot of like I haven't seen.
Can I just put Ghost them all Rider at the bottom?
2? Yeah, I haven't seen Ghost Rider 2.
Can it be tied?
Wait, we're ranking those. You're ranking those movies too, dude.
We're gonna rank those too.
God.
We're gonna get. I gotta watch
your
them,
lips
though.
have pigtails. What's up?
Roasted.
JD Smith, digital artist.
Roasted.
Thanks, Al. Appreciate you.
But yeah, we're gonna put some energy into some more rankings. I hope everybody enjoyed that. It was a lot of fun, and it's fun to see everyone's reaction. But yeah, Murray, you wanna talk about yourself a little bit before we head on out?
Oh, sorry. I was reviewing JD Smith's takes throughout the stream just to see if I could grill him on anything. So I'm just gonna leave that one go. You get a pass for today. No, capture cards up. So we'll be doing some console streaming. We'll try to get back into Sims 4 again this not this weekend, but soon. Because this weekend we will be getting a puppy. So I will not be around this weekend. I will be lurking probably, but
did we see Mrs. Murray with you, or is it possible to have face cam on that, or for the next time?
No, she was on last Sim stream.
Okay, was it face cam though?
Yeah, I was like,
I'll make it up.
I was like, I don't know, maybe 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We did that. You know, before everybody thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Before everybody thought it was cool to do it on Valentine's Day. No, yeah, the puppy will be on stream. I'll send you guys pictures through the Discord as well.
Okay.
Now you're gonna have to get a second camera for the pupper cam.
Pupper cam.
Well, the way I had it before, I had a place on my desk where the cat would lay, right? But now the way I have it set up, it's going to be kind of tough to put anything back there. So you're right. I probably will have to get a second cam.
Pupper cam.
Murr, I'm just busting your chops. My facial hair plays Tetris as well. You're in the club.
It's so funny because last week last week we had, is this the evolution of facial hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Mike was
Yeah.
on
It
it.
is.
And it is.
It still
Yeah,
is.
it still kinda is.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
funny.
Man. All right.
All right.
So
Well, we got Among Us coming up on Friday. Community
Mhm.
stream on Saturday. We have the big Friday the 13th face off with the Legion of Doom. So we got Legion Cage and Ingla Doom CRG or Ingla Doom. Mike, a member of the CR Game Room. They'll be going up against each other to try to run through Friday the 13th NES style. And they'll be racing to see who can get through it faster. And we'll
Thank
have a
you for the
special
follow.
guest, Optimus Crime. Thank you for the follow, dude. Really do appreciate that. So check us out on Saturday. Also, it's my birthday, so y'all come hang out.
Yeah.
I won't be here though, but hang out anyway.
Yeah.
What a jerk.
I'll leave you some cake. How about that?
And hopefully everything goes right to where everyone will have power in the game room and everyone will have a way to be there. So we're hoping things run right. We are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and so yeah, we're just hoping everything goes right. So that being said, everyone be safe. Everyone, we appreciate you guys coming and hanging out and yelling at us for our opinions. It's always fun. It's exciting to see everyone here just telling us we're wrong because we think we're right, but we're wrong. Probably, I don't know. So yeah, I appreciate it, all you guys hanging out, and appreciate the follows, the subs, and everything like that. Do we have anyone that we want to rate?
Baby.
Yeah,
thanks, Steph Babies, for all of those gift subs. That was awesome.
10 gifted subs. Wow,
you're the best mom ever.
All right,
so wherever you want to go, man.
We have
why
Thug
don't we
or Norm?
Why don't we actually host Normcore Gaming, because that's what they're doing.
Okay,
sure.
All right. Let me make sure I get to the right
Steph did just give us a whole bunch of gifted subs there.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. We're getting over to them. Let me make sure I shout them out properly.
All right, everybody, when you get in there, flood the chat with Daddy Smurfs.
Yeah.
If you're unfamiliar with Daddy Smurfs, this is a Daddy Smurf.
Yeah. Oh, all right. All right, I'm getting you guys over there now. Daddy Smurfs in chat right when you get there if you got them. All right, everyone be safe.
Large Marge sent you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See ya.
Love you.
Oh, my God.
And we're out.
Alrighty ho, guys.